Hello, everybody! Hello. Welcome, all you lovely people, to Wild Beyond the Witchlight, Session 5.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Merry late Christmas! Happy 2022 and all that good stuff. Thank you all so very much for joining us for our first Witchlight session of 2022.
Let's go.
Super stoked. We did our Beyond the Realms yesterday stream for like our first stream of 2022. We got our first Witchlight stream of 2022. Next week's our first one-shot. A lot of firsts going on, and I am freaking here for it. Thank you all so much for coming once again to all these lovely creators, joining me for some more Feywild chaos. Tonight, we're going to be fucking jumping right into the deep end. But before we get into our lovely Feywild chaos tonight, we got to pay homage, give thanks to our wonderful and lovely Dicecream Sandwich sponsors, for which there are two. As always, lovely Critical Kit and C4 Labs. So everyone out there, these are our amazing sponsors for the show. Critical Kit, an amazing dice supplier from the UK that has an assortment of amazing dice. C4 Labs, an awesome TTRPG accessories company that are gone out of their way, and we are going to be promoting it very, very soon. Our own Dicecream Sandwich themed dice trays and all kinds of fun toys. I've got this one right here.
That's gorgeous.
That's able to house your own one set of dice on the end. That's my personal favorite right now. I keep switching out of them every week. I'm like, this one. But yeah, guys, so those are our sponsors. Check them out, please. It does wonders for the show. criticalkit.co.uk, an amazing assortment of dice. There's something for everyone. We made a video about their Witcher-themed dice not that long ago, and it broke the fucking internet, and they were so sold out, it was insane, but they got more coming, I'm told. So thank you for them, and use code Dicecream15 at checkout. You'll get 15% off your order. Fantastic sets. I've loved them. We've got sets coming to our players hopefully soon. They've been on the way, but of course COVID slows things down and all that jazz. Christmas was there as well, but we'll show you those when they do come. And C4 Labs, awesome company. Go check out their website. They have so many cool products. They just recently ended a Kickstarter on their master class, like Rolls Royce of dice trays made with amazing wood and vegan leather and all that good stuff. Believe you can pre-order those on the website as well. Amazing companies. Thank you to both of them for supporting the show, our players, and everything we do here. Critical Kit, C4 Labs, you are the best. And also, one last thing, for those of you who may not know, D&D in a Castle is coming up, everybody. One of the most fucking coolest fantasy D&D themed travel events I've ever seen in my entire life, and this idiot is grateful enough to be able to be going to D&D Castle in the UK. I will be DMing a game for an entire weekend with a bunch of other amazing D&D DM creators. It takes place at the last weekend of March is my round. If you're interested or have got the cash to go on a fun trip and possibly play with other D&D TikTok people, perhaps, maybe, we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So check that out. The link is in my bio and on my socials. If you think you want to spend an amazing weekend in a real-life castle playing D&D with some of the best in the game, go check out that link on my bio as well. And in chat. The link is also in chat as well. Whew, okay. Now that we've got all the business out of the way, it has been a few weeks, gang, but I think it's time we crack them knuckles, grab your favorite drinks, grab your favorite dice, and let us dive on into tonight's session of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Who's that? Oh, whoops. Ricka, stop the record. It's been a while. So it's first, before we, let you put the brakes there. Before we get into tonight's session of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, why don't we update you on what happened last time on our show, thanks to the lovely Jackie Elena Chan, who makes these amazing recap videos each and every time we play. So my apologies, Jackie and everybody. Let's take a look at what happened last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Hit it, Jody Rose!
Last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
It's morning already.
It's time to go.
What's this jingle jangle look like? We gotta go. I want to take one of my lock picking tools that kind of look like a key. I'm going to kind of bend it around a little bit. And then I also want to infuse it so that it sheds bright light. To jingle jangle!
And you feel this very large looming presence kind of coming towards you. This 3-story cottage house starts to come into view with multiple fleshy legs underneath it. Arclight! Arclight, hello! And then the house. Will you be staying for the duration of the day, the night? Or just coming in for a quick meal? We were going to Telemony Hill, which is right over there.
We have the hill.
Could you introduce us like to jingle jangle, man?
Oh, hey, Jingle Jangle. Got some friends here, bro.
I'll dig into my pocket. I didn't want to use it right away, but I'll take the key out. And I found it, and I figured you would like it, but only if you can help us get our friend out of the cage.
That's one, right there, in the middle. Right in the middle of the chest, right there. Huh? Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you.
When you fought the Harengon, did you get the one with the blue scarf?
I think that was the leader. He wasn't there at the time then, yeah.
They guard the entrance to Downfall, you see.
We're from the material plane, and we were here to find and help Zybilna.
If you're here to do what you say you're gonna do. I don't think I'll have much need for this anymore.
It will be decorated in Babylonian blood, I can promise you that.
Oh, that's dark.
Jingle jangle, which way is that true stone?
I will never, ever forget what you have done.
I think with our adorning booby wings and the crown that Ebby wears, call us the Monarch 4.
Post-it note, that's empty!
Well, Brigand always what you wanted. Good luck, Monarch 4.
You think it's not too elitist, right?
It kind of has a bit of an elitist problem, but I think once people take one look at you, that feeling will drop immediately.
Oh, good. Wait, what?
Oh my god.
And there you go, everybody. Recap from session 4 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So, let's take that back again. Now let's dive into tonight's session of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Okay. So, having just arrived in the boggy, swamp-like visage of Brigand's Toll, the stomping grounds headquarters of a fairly well-known Harengon, the leader of the Harengon gang, Agdon Longscarf, traveling here on a literal 3-story cottage hotel on a bunch of fleshy little legs, taking you away from Telemony Hill across the swampy terrain. When we last left off, you and your party had just arrived as a foggy marsh stretches out before you. Rickety causeways made of wooden planks form a wide, web-like structure above the bog. 300 feet away, many of these causeways converge on an enormous ivy-covered tree stump that rises a good 10 feet above the 20-foot high fog bank that enshrouds it.
So we're like in these crossways that are already high, and then the stump is already even higher.
Yeah, so these causeways they're not like terribly high above the swampland. As we described last session on your way, kind of coming out of the swampland, some of the water levels in this terrain kind of varied. Some was fairly shallow, some was more of a sticky, icky mud, and sometimes the water rose significantly. And as you were trudging along in the literal moving hotel ran by Arclight, after having a bunch of wild magic mushroom tea, when you arrived, the water level was like a medium sort of height, but the causeways are like, not terribly high, just like a couple feet above the swampland underground.
Cool. So I won't need to throw you, Quincy.
Okay, that's good.
But as you were trying to find a way into Downfall, which you learned was the part of Hither that one of the hag sisters was located, you found out that Brigand's Toll was kind of almost like a gateway into that next section of Hither. And that's what brought you here today, to seek revenge on Jingle Jangle, your newly found friend and compatriot.
My new patron, yes.
Your new patron, Jingle Jangle. Of which you traded some keys to them and able to free Sir Tavlar. And in doing so, you discovered that Jingle Jangle had been overtaken by the Harengon gang and kind of beaten to a bloody pulp as they stole things from her. And upon hearing this sad story, you were like, we are not going to let this go unavenged. And you found out where Agdon's lair was, and we're like, we're beelining it right there. So as you left the hotel and started walking along the causeway, this is where we find ourselves today. So, my lovely, chaotic, Feywild friends, what would you like to do? As you're on the causeway, it's a bit rickety. Each step you take, you notice that it kind of bobs a little bit in the marshland below. You see ripples forming in the water through various lily pads, vegetation, muck, bog. It's a fairly thick rolling fog coming through this way as well, so it's a little bit hard to see. But one thing for sure that you can see is the massive tree stump that is several feet in front of you. It looks to be about like 80 feet wide, 30 feet tall. You can just barely not really make out the top of it as the fog kind of rolling in, kind of lost in the marshland and the clouds. But it's a fairly warm environment, very dewy. You can just feel like as the fog rolls in beneath your feet, you just feel this condensation starting to form and kind of roll down your exposed skin. But upon seeing this, what would you like to do?
Can I check to see if the water below us is at all toxic or dangerous to us? Is that like a nature check? Or?
Yeah, nature or investigation, up to you.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it. Like, does it smell fumey? Like it's like anything that's kind of flammable?
Yeah. Let's see, nature.
Is something gonna happen if it gets on you like the mud before with information?
With a nature check, I got 16.
16, okay. Did anyone else want to accompany?
Yes, I would like to do that as well.
All right.
That's a 15.
15. Okay, so as you kind of enter this area of the Brigand's Toll, sort of looking around, it's a bit eerie as you're kind of looking around all the thick marshland, the fog rolling around. Kind of look over as Moss, you kind of get down on sort of your belly and take your hand and kind of scoop a little bit of the swamp out. And you realize the water's not fairly deep. It's a little bit shallow, but as soon as you stick your hand in, there is a thick, viscous mud that meets your hand. So there's like a couple feet deep of water, but your hand suddenly just stops and gets sludged by just this goopy, muddy, viscous material. And it's pretty thick and pretty dewy, and you're just like, ugh.
So don't do that, everyone. Don't
So
do
don't
that. Don't fall in. No.
Okay.
And Quincy, looking at it as well, there doesn't seem to be, you don't see like any sort of rainbow sheen to the slickness of the water or the mud, signifying that, like, you know, if this stuff were to be flammable, you'd probably see that sort of oil slick sheen on the top, but you don't see that at all. You just see like fairly dark, murky water and just pools of mud underneath and just floating lily pads and tall grass coming out.
Okay, cool. Sounds
and this water is different than the one that we had, like that we saw the stilt walkers on, right? Because we saw illusions in that water. There's no illusions here?
No. Does not appear to be.
Okay. I'm okay to head forward, but I think I'm gonna hold a reaction because I know that the Harengon's main base is here, and this fog is like making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, this fog is different. So if as we kind of walk, I don't know how far we're gonna walk or how crazy we're gonna do it. I want to create an Eldritch Cannon while we're doing this, and instead of a Force Ballista, I'm going to kind of make it into a wrist sort of flamethrower, so I can do the flamethrower version.
Okay.
And kind of just get that ready to go. That's why I wanted to check and see if anything was gonna like combust if I used that. I'm like, all right, TPK, 30 minutes and let's go. So we're gonna, as we walk, I'm just kind of like gonna just make myself a little bit of a flamethrower that wraps around my wrist.
Is there anything on the causeway that's like a piece of loose rubble or you know, chipped piece of wood that Lucifer can just like pick up and toss in the water since his friends are so curious about it?
Well, you do notice that the causeways are fairly narrow. They're about 5 feet wide, so you going in a single file can just sort of walk across them. Make me an investigation check as well.
15. Do I have any kind of...
How rolls? Okay, so...
+1, 16.
Oh, even better.
Hey, that's not good.
Hey! So looking down the causeway, it does appear to be fairly rickety. Each of these sort of wooden boards are slatted one against the other. And as you're kind of just like, even just moving back and forth, you can feel the weight of it kind of bending to one side or the other as the ripples of the water kind of fan out. And you see the various lily pads and swamp vegetation bobbing up and down, back and forth. There are a couple of wood panels that look a bit worn. Like the bog and the swamp have just like corroded through some of the wood as well. You notice like the sides of one kind of chipped off, fall into the water. Probably if you wanted to like break off a panel of it, looks like it'd be fairly easy to do so.
Lucifer, do you see a sturdy path? Everything looks pretty rotten from the fog. Is there like a better way to go? Do you see anywhere?
It's pretty bright outside right now, right?
It's pretty bright, yeah. It's like it's a bit cloudy in this sector of Hither. The sun is out, but it's more of a dim light, kind of like a gloomy, rainy day sort of vibe.
Because there's also a 20-foot high fog bank, so how difficult is it to see through that?
You'd have to make a perception check.
Fantastic.
Abby's gonna look at Lucifer in question, trying to understand what he's doing.
20. 19 plus 1.
Ooh.
So yeah, looking around, it's hard to, again, it's 20-foot high fog that's kind of enshrouding this whole place, so it's fairly dense. Visibility around you can see fairly well. You can kind of make out some of the other causeways beside you. They all look fairly much in the same poor condition. With all of the boards kind of sunken into this water. There's not a lot of them just look like, there's like that one over there is pristine and fine. Like around you can see kind of one pathway going off to the left here, another one going up to the right. This causeway kind of going forward. You could just make out another causeway over here. But anything else is like very difficult to see unless you're kind of going forward.
So as far as we can tell, the big stump that we need to go to is directly in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I want to go to the causeway that's kind of like directly to the right of us over there. It's kind of in front of there. And I want to see if I can I want to see how fragile the causeway is because I kind of want to break it off. Like, make it so that we're not going to get followed from behind or someone's going to cut inside of us. I want to try to do single file thing. So I want to go up to that causeway that's right there, and then I want to kind of I want to use my flamethrower, and I want to try to burn the first few pieces of wood to try to see if they can kind of cinder off and kind of like maybe, I don't know if it kind of like bridge collapses all the way down, but kind of like maybe make a bit of a gap between the intersection there.
And after that, I want to do something too before I move forward.
Okay.
Lucifer real quick turns to Master, answering her question, says, "No, unfortunately, straight ahead seems to be the most direct way, even though it might be a little bit rickety."
Moss gets very sad and just slumps on the ground. I don't like water.
You could always slump on Bubba. Bubba's with us.
Are we taking Bubba? I'm
think
scared
he's
he'll
already
get
with us.
hurt. He
I don't
likes
think-
muck.
So
I
you
thought
left
we left
Bubba
Bubba,
stuck
That's
to
right.
the side of the
Okay.
hotel as it's kind of like sunken into the swamp water there, because the causeways are only 5 feet across, so the snail can't really swim either. So you were kind of like, let's just have him stuck to the side of the wall and let's leave him there for
For some
now.
reason,
I'm
my
very
notes
happy
said
with
that we
that.
had Bubba in tow, so that's on me. My bad.
Okay. So we'll start with Quincy. So Quincy, you are going to, so your token kind of going over to this causeway here.
One
by me.
This one up here, kind of the one that's like right there, directly to the right there. Yes, that
Okay.
right there. I want to burn the first few pieces of wood to kind of prevent it from being an easy intersection to the one that the track that we're on.
Okay, so you want to try to burn a couple panels in front of you to kind of separate it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start to take your gun out, make an attack roll.
Alright. Well, it's a flame attack, so does that do anything different?
We'll find out.
All right. Here we go.
Can Lucifer, while he's getting ready to do this flame attack, use thaumaturgy to help move?
It's a
like,
dex
out
save
the-
of 13. So
Well, the wood will fail. Stationary. So what was your? All right. So you're not rolling attack. It's a save.
it would be in a save. Yeah. So if I use my Eldritch Cannon, it's an attack save or it's a save of Dex 13.
Okay,
the
so yeah,
wood.
it'll fail. So if you just take out so you've turned your faithful companion, your metal bird Griffin, into an Eldritch Cannon. Do you kind of, as Griffin transforms, does he become kind of like a empty cylinder like thing that you put on your forearm, like a Mega Man type thing, or how does that work?
Yeah, essentially. So like his mouth will kind of like open up as it kind of sit there, kind of perched there, kind of adding to the gauntlet that's already Quincy's already wearing.
Amazing. So the rest of you Quincy kind of muttering like, I think we should try to separate some of these causeways from themselves. And the little metal bird just tweeting on the shoulder of Quincy just sort of makes their way over to the other side. As Quincy puts his arm out, you see that gauntlet affixed to their forearm with kind of an empty slat to it that looks like something kind of connects to it. As the bird sort of walks down Quincy's arms, its body sort of just like transforms itself into more of a rectangular body shape as it kind of locks into place with its bird head affixed like this and the beak open, ready for energy to spew out of it. So Autumn fails a dex save, so roll your damage.
That was a 5 and a 7, so that is 12 fire damage
12 fire damage. Okay.
in a 15-foot cone.
Quincy, as you go over, kind of kneel down as the bird sort of affixes itself to your arm, locks in place, you see the energy start to smoke out of Griffin's mouth and flamethrower comes out. What is your passive perception, Quincy?
Passive perception is 14.
14. Okay.
No. The music change always scares me.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Quincy, what items do you currently have on you?
Oh gosh. I believe I have the tiny sword. I have a note here that says I have the tiny sword from
Sir
what's his-
Tavalar?
and then I also have like a crowbar, a hammer, rations, rope, tinderbox, torch, water skins. I have my bag of holding. If that's the most thing of value. That would be the biggest thing of value that I have. Would be the bag of holding.
Okay. Just gonna roll some here.
Also have my thieves' tools, a dagger, crossbow, slingshot.
So your bag of holding kind of affixed to your side.
Yeah, I would say you'd probably have it attached to kind of like in a biker like leg. You ever seen one of those like biker kind of like thigh bags? Yeah, one of those.
So as soon as Quincy starts to release flame out of Griffin's mouth, you see the smoke rising out of the metal beak. The charred wooden, weak pieces of wood start to break and bend and quickly just buckle and disintegrate. All of you feel this swift wind
Oh no.
come through. And you're looking around and you feel your side of your belt, Quincy, suddenly become lighter.
Wait,
no.
even though I held a reaction, can I try and grapple them, or is that a bit too fast?
You were holding, sorry, I missed that part. You were holding your reaction to grapple?
I held a reaction in case we moved forward.
Okay, so I need you to make a strength check.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 19 plus 2, 21.
19 plus 2.
No!
So, you do not see where this person came from. Literally like a flash, this sudden gust of wind comes out, and you just feel Quincy's your belt just suddenly become lighter. Through nowhere, you all feel this gust of wind, and suddenly you're looking around, and over towards the stump, right around here, you see a figure silhouetted behind the fog. The dim light kind of making their visage just like a shadow.
I swear to
But
God,
you
if it has
see-
bunny ears.
We're not roasting them.
A medium-sized figure with a hood covering their face and a long sort of shimmering blue material of a scarf falling down to the side,
Longhorn.
and long scarf actually.
Long scarf.
This hairy figure with has studded leather sort of chest piece armor with a few metal studs kind of glinting in the dim light. This sort of dark greenish material sort of coming out from their shoulders underneath their scarf, with a small little shield in one hand and something smoking and glowing from their back. And in one hand is Quincy's bag of holding. And this voice shouts out to you, "Well, what do we have here then? Bunch of house guests not being very polite now, are you?"
Is he within 120 feet?
Currently, he is sort of around this area, but shrouded in the fog.
So it'd be like half cover or something like that, maybe?
So he's considered to be, oh my God, what's the phrase? It's been a long day. He is in hard to see visibility. I can't fucking think of the name right now. But he's not very visible to you at the moment. But he is right around here, kind of as a dark silhouette against the fog.
Abby takes a step forward and say, "Hi, friend."
How about Moss holds up the gourd? I think we're being perfectly polite.
Oh,
Yeah.
obscured vision. Thank you, Mr. Jody Rose. God damn, my brain was going to blank. Obscured vision. So you can see where this dark silhouette is in front of you, but you don't see the full image of them. The fog is deep rolling through, so you have a bit of obscured vision when looking down that way. For you, Moss, holding up the gourd, we're like, actually, I think we're perfectly welcome here. Oh, so you brought more of my things that you've stolen. Perfect. We'll be taking that off of you. No problem whatsoever.
Lucifer steps forward with both hand axes in his hand and said, don't think you'll be taking anything else from us. Thank you very much.
I'm a bit confuddled right now that like I just got like swiped, and that is like incredibly like jarring to Quincy that someone like took something from him without him knowing. And so like I'm pretty much speechless right now. So I want to walk like about 5 feet kind of like forward through there.
As soon as you take a step forward, you hear this whistling sound. 2 of them, in fact, dart through the dense fog, and about 10 feet sort of in front of you, 2 arrows land centimeters from your feet in front of you. I think that's going to be far enough, if you don't mind.
Oh, but you have something of mine, sir.
Well, it appears you have something of mine as well.
We
Isn't
have-
that curious?
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh.
But hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. And then you see the sort of shadowy silhouette suddenly disappear and land over here.
Abby's
On
gonna
the
start doing a
causeway.
perception check for his surroundings.
Okay, make a perception check. This will
First
be
dice
at-
on your thing. Uh-huh. 21.
21. So again, you can see the sort of silhouette of the humanoid-looking figure with sort of an orange glow sort of behind them, sort of steaming and wisping
Each
in the
one
light.
has an orange glow behind them.
So only one figure appears to be visible to you.
Okay.
Shadowed silhouette in the fog. These 2 arrows just literally came out of nowhere.
Okay. Okay.
Can Lucifer grab the arrows to save them for later?
You can certainly try.
Lucifer will definitely get his bow and arrow one day.
So hold on there, everybody. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Why don't you introduce yourself before you go and burn my fucking house down?
I'm Abby!
Abby. All right, there you go. That's a bit nicer. And the rest of you?
Potentially a worst nightmare.
That means Lucifer.
Oh, my worst nightmare. Well, I've certainly seen a few of those in my time, my good man. Hopefully you stick up to the task. And the rest of you? Hello?
Give me back my bag and I'll tell you.
Is the guy, so how many feet away is the guy right now?
So like I said, you
That's right,
so far have not been able to fully see this figure
Right,
in
sorry.
detail. You kind of are just seeing this wispy, sort of shadowy silhouette of a figure just moving incredibly fast in the dense fog ahead of you.
Okay.
Can't catch the sky.
Lucifer knows that like Lucifer's fast and Moss is fast, but we're not that fast. So he's just standing his ground and trying to be tough.
I'm getting so close to chase after this dumb bunny.
Does anyone have a wind spell to dispel his fog?
Absolutely
Well,
not me.
not the fog, but if you want the guy, I can easily take care of that. Just let me just see where it is.
So I'm gonna clear my throat, kind of just take a deep breath, and be like, "Sir, we feel like we were here unannounced, but we would like to very much have a discussion with you. If you would please come closer. We have things we'd like to show you and possibly trade.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm your worst nightmare."
I'm a bird.
That seems to be going around a lot in these parts. You're a nightmare, he's a nightmare. Are any of you a dream to talk to? I'd much rather talk to that person, quite frankly.
Lucifer just like cocks his head at Ebby. Says
That would
nothing.
be the bird.
It seems as though the dreams you want to talk to are the ones you steal.
Intriguing.
I mean, quite frankly, sure, you gotta pay homage to the big people upstairs, you know. They only love the finest and richest assortment of goodies.
What a lonely
There's
life.
no upstairs. It's just a sky.
Quite so, my feathered friend, quite so. But it appears that you've stumbled upon our land, which I can only assume is meaning you're wanting to go over to Downfall. Am I correct?
Actually, yes. We have some
Oh.
business there.
Oh, do you, pray tell? And you thought you could just wander over there without paying the proper respects? Not only that, but stealing from good, fine folk like ourselves who run around these parts of the Feywild keeping order.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty much
We
it.
didn't steal anything. This was earned. Thank you very much. Hard work. As
It
you
also seems very much like you
And he's
know
about to talk, but
showing us.
No.
Abby's about to talk on the earn part, but then thinks it's best he shuts up.
So,
If you can't tell, Moss is like gripping the gourd. She does not want this taken from her. Just so
So-
you know.
you offered a trade, Quincy, a
Against
gourd for the
my-
bag. Moss is clearly not okay with it.
Lucifer leans over to Moss and says, if he makes any mysterious moves, break it.
What's a mysterious move? Like his handshakes?
She
I
takes
trust
out her
her.
claws.
I trust her to
I just
make
want
that
to kill this
sweet their
bunny.
call.
I just want to kill this bunny. Let me kill this bunny.
Mhm.
But is it? We don't know if it's a bunny.
Oh, I don't care what it is.
Mhm.
It's a bunny right now.
Did we get his name? I can't remember.
What's your
Oh,
name,
He does-
friend?
his name.
All right, then, enough of the goddamn the mysteriousness. We'll just go forward with the pleasantries, shall we?
Yay! Okay, wait.
And suddenly you see this sort of flick as this figure sort of swirls around and takes the scarf and kind of whips it so a big chunk of the fog kind of dissipates and swirls behind them, with the bag of holding kind of lashed onto a sash onto their back. My name is Agdon Longscarf at your service, and as this humanoid
Aegon
hearing
Longhorn,
guard-
nice to meet you.
Agdon Longscarf.
No, Aegon Longhorn, was it?
It's. Abby starts getting confused now.
As you see Agdon kind of swiftly do a very elegant twirl and bow, you can see that their sort of hood they were wearing was a part of their scarf as they're able to kind of take it off of the back of their head. Their Harengon ears flip up to the sky. The scarf kind of just wraps itself around Agdon's neck, and as he kind of bows, you can see that he's holding kind of a small shield in one forearm. And as he bows, that sort of faint orange glow with the smoke coming off of it appears to be a brand of some kind, a slick metal pole, the triangular red hot orange brand that's smoking off to the side. It's kind of hard to see what the design is from this length, but Agdon bows to you.
Abby bows back, but like kind of split.
Oh, somebody with manners! Isn't that nice?
Oh, do you call 2 arrows to the feet manners? That's so interesting.
I
I
want to cast
call it
Fireball at his feet.
Abby looks at their feet. There's no arrows in your feet.
That'd be you sweet.
All right, so Quincy, you're gonna throw fireball at his feet or at him,
I want it like at his feet.
like what you did with the arrow. So it's like not
Yeah.
touching him or hitting his feet.
I don't want to touch him.
Abby went
Okay.
like,
He's doing like this flamboyant bow. And
A
kind of like,
warning shot.
yeah, and I'm just like,
Okay. All right, make so it's a dex save, right?
Firebolt is an attack roll, and that is 19.
Oh, that's firebolt you're using. Okay,
Yes.
it was 19.
Yeah.
Okay. So same thing. Bows Agdon Longscarf at your service. Quincy just boom, firebolt. You see the smoking, rotting wood suddenly just like explode for a moment as this sort of gaping hole is now left in the watery log boards below, right at the edge of the Harengon feet. Splinters kind of explode and
there's a
ripple into the
Harengon.
Quincy L.K.
I see you're a fairly fine shot yourself there. Well, I guess the pleasantries are over then. I thought we could maybe have a little quick chat, discover something about ourselves, maybe
Not
swim in the
over.
bog. Your friend has apparently done the talking for you.
He doesn't.
I think maybe you do very well in our ranks. Abby, I think we'll have a little chat after I just subdue your friends, take all their belongings, and hang them up by their feet to the top of the stump.
But see, that
We're eating rabbit tonight.
But that doesn't. No, you're not.
Fighting.
that doesn't sound rabbitly.
He has my bag. That is my bag.
We'll get your bag.
That is my bag, Evie.
Lucifer takes a step forward, uses his thaumaturgy to make the fire that Quincy cast at his feet turn quick blue as his eyes glow red, and said, Lucifer Morningstar, if you want to chat, let's chat.
We don't have to fight.
So, as you say that, and the flames kind of catching, dissipating for a minute, you use prestidigitation to kind of make them a little bit larger and blue and vibrant. You say that to Agdon. Oh, don't leave my friends out of the pleasantries as well. Boys, ladies, let the games begin. And you suddenly
I like games.
start to hear this bagpipe sound come from the top of the big stump as this melodic sound sort of rolls into the swampland below, and you start to hear a few humanoid beings starting to chant a fairly identifiable tune as the same chant and song that you all heard when you first encountered the Harengon gang at the beginning of this adventure. The lyrics going along the lines of something of, with sticks and stones, we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to the one wily, swift, and stand-up hare. And all of the Harengon gang are starting to chant their sort of gang song. And I need all y'all to roll initiative.
Let's go.
Why? What's an initial roll? A D20?
So if you look at your D&D Beyond sheet, there'll be an initiative
I want
number.
to use my dice.
So even better. So look at your D&D Beyond sheet, the number that says initiative, whatever that number is, add that to your D20 roll.
Okay. 22.
I got an 11.
I got a
Really wish I was
19.
going last.
I got a 6.
Well, that's a natural 22. Oh,
Those are good dice.
you know?
You know?
But Evie really should stay out of this. Have the other bodies pointed himself out yet?
Not just yet. Let's see what your initiatives are. So we'll go with Quincy.
6.
6.
I'm all over the place right now.
Moss.
11.
11. Lucy.
19.
19. And Ebby.
22.
20.
Have you want to trade initiatives?
You know, I just may. I kind of want to go last at this thing. Is that possible? Can we trade initiative?
No, I'm all flustered. I'm still gonna take that into account and be like, Quincy does not like being stolen from. Like, if he feels violated.
So right now, with the dense fog kind of rolled in your field of view, you can pretty much see around to this part, this side of the stump. Everything behind here is currently encased in fog. It's all pretty much white, obscured vision, very hard to see. Everyone make a perception check really quick.
Sure.
That's a nat 1 for Moss.
11.
12.
11.
11, 12, 11.
Moss isn't even looking forward. Her eyes are crisscrossed at the gourd.
Nobody take the gourd.
My eyes are puzzle pieces.
So you see, guys.
I like this spot, the gourd. This is not the gourd.
Okay, everyone else?
11.
11. Okay, so for the rest of you, even though your vision is obscured, as soon as Agdon claps the hands, ladies, gentlemen, join us. You don't see anything for a brief moment, but the vibrations under your feet start to feel multiple footprints vibrating and moving along the causeways out into the fog. You cannot see where these people are currently, but you can feel many sets of footsteps beginning to approach.
Lucifer pulls out his shield and rapier because he knows these are fast creatures, and so he doesn't need 2 hand axes. He needs his fastest moving weapon.
Okay.
I'm just looking around for all the bunnies.
All the bunnies.
Look at all those chickens.
All right, I'm just getting myself situated here.
Who is after me and moves?
So we'll get to that in just a second. So Ebby with a 22,
Yep.
you are first, my friend.
Abby really doesn't want to do anything. I mean, he's still
Might as well
really
prepare
lost
whatever you
why
can.
we're so aggressive. And so, so he's
Bunny
like,
stole my bag.
I know, but I could have gotten it without conflict.
Oh.
I know I could have. I had a whole plan, everything. Okay, so who comes after me?
You don't know that.
I don't?
Nope.
Damn it. Okay.
You've gotten us out of worse situations, Ebby, if you want to try, but
Yeah, you're first. This is your chance.
It's your chance.
Well, Abby, okay.
Charm him.
Well, as of right now, he could do something, but again, he doesn't want to be aggressive. So Abby's going to use this to do a Totem of the Hawk, and he's going to give Lucifer advantage on his attacks and perception.
Okay, so what does that
Nice.
look like? How does Ebby present that to?
So Abby's not being grandeur in this because he's really just a little. And so he's really close to Lucifer and is like, look, you're gonna need this more than me, and just slaps his chest and just gives
Just kind of like
you
wing
don't
in
get
the
the
face.
special razzle dazzle. I've already blessed you. You have a good day. Bye, sir. And so,
I think the first time Lucifer's ever seen Ebby do anything remotely aggressive, he's just like, thanks, buddy.
So funny.
he looks at and then he looks over to Agdon and is just like, I'll talk to you later if you're still alive.
Valid.
Incredible.
You can talk to your stew later, Ebby.
No!
I forgot to introduce myself. I am the chef. You are the stew. It's nice to meet you.
There is an actual whole thing I have planned for when I use totems of the hawk and stuff.
Okay.
But he did not have the mental care to do this thing. So,
I love that so much.
All right, so after Ebby does that, around Lucy, you suddenly feel just, you're not sure what it is, but you feel this sudden surge of adrenaline as Ebby moves around you doing all those things that was described. You suddenly feel the veins in your skin start to pulse and beat. You feel your heartbeat start to double. You have your muscles start to just rise a little bit bigger. You feel them sort of ripping through your armor and your shirt. Your horns start to twist a little bit, just in a very little fake configuration. The wings on your back begin to sprout and fan themselves outward until they disappear, and you just go, and this loud roar comes out of you as you stomp your feet. Your eyes glow bright red, and you are ready to go as fangs start to protrude from the top of your mouth.
If I had time, I'd put my fangs in. Whose turn is it?
So that was Ebby's action, I believe.
Mhm.
Ebby, did you want to move at all? Do a bonus action? Anything else?
Abby's gonna bring forth telekinetic wisdom, mage hand, and invisibility.
Sorry, say that again.
So he's gonna use his telekinetic wisdom, mage hand, but make it invisible. So he's having it there, ready to use if he needs to.
You got your mage hound out as a bonus action, just kind of like hanging out beside you.
Yeah, but it's he's just using it with his mind instead of having any body action. So it's just like hovering around him and kind of just around Lucifer as well. Just.
So we'll say after you do that ritual to kind of spice up Lucifer, there's just these like ethereal magic, like Mario white shaped gloves, just going.
Oh, these are entirely invisible because of the
right, to you. Like, you can see it, but nobody else.
To me? Yeah, they're kind of like, I don't have them as, like, comical. They're actually, like, kind of ethereal-ish blue and gold with, like, glitter.
Awesome. So these ethereal hands just running around, sort of clapping and getting your ritual all set up, and this glitterily, silver and blue dust kind of falling off of them that you can see, but nobody else can.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, Abby. So that'll be your go. Up next is Agdon Longscarf. As he claps those hands, and then all of a sudden, Abby just starts dancing and twirling, doing his whole ritual. Agdon's just kind of looking at Abby like, I really like you. And just bursts from where he stood with this insane leap using his powerful rabbit-like legs, and lands directly in front of Quincy with the Brandon Iron out as going for a stabbing strike. And he's going to make 2 of these attacks onto you, Quincy.
Okay.
Come on, Quincy.
Oh, that's not great. One's an 8.
That's a miss.
A 1's a 9.
That's a miss. So I'm gonna when he lands here, I'm gonna look at him, just gonna.
And as you dodge those attacks so very quickly, passive perception again was
14.
Okay. I'm just going to roll this to see something. Okay. So, as Longscarf just jettisons himself off of the plank, just goes in for a strike, Quincy, you just duck immediately, goes for a strike. You're just on the other side of the causeway, almost like balancing not to fall into the swamp. And as Agdon goes for a strike, he's like, oh, I got a bit of the quickness too, hey? Goes in for a bat strike, duck under. Just waving him like not catching me, and he's like, oh, then I guess you won't be needing this then. And balances Tavlar's rapier, little dagger, on his Harengon hand.
Oh, you're gonna taste good tonight.
Well, it won't be on your little pitchfork here now, will it?
Quincy, do you have any reaction attacks?
I don't have reaction. Well, if he leaves my melee range, I can.
Okay.
Tavlar was our fairy dragon thing, right?
Yeah, but he's not here anymore.
Yeah, so that was the tiny.
Oh, good. I misunderstood. I thought you said Agdon had the rapier, and I was about to be like, okay, Abby's coming back.
Well, he does. He just stole it from Quincy.
Okay.
So currently, Agdon Longscarf has like the very tiny rapier that's kind of like a dagger to Quincy, but was like a rapier to Sir Tavlar, just bouncing around those Harengon hands, teasing Quincy. But you dodged both attacks. I rolled a 5 and a 4 on that one. That sucks for me.
That's good to know.
Okay. So that will be Agdon's turn. And let's see. Yeah, that'll be it for Agdon. Okay, so after that, we come to Lucy. All hyped up from Abby's ritual dance. What would you like to do?
So, Agdon is right there. See, I'm in the... Now, here's a question. Because Lucifer at some point had stepped up in front of... Not in front of Quincy, but in front of the rest of the group with both hand axes in his hands to say, I'm your worst nightmare. So, am I still back behind the group, or am I already moved forward? I just want to make sure before I decide. what to do.
If you said you moved forward, then you'd be probably around there.
Let me see. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay. So Lucifer, in his crazy rage mode that Ebby has helped him with, he's as soon as he's seen like both of these attacks at Quincy in like slow motion because of how powered he is because of Ebby. So as soon as Quincy goes in and clearly dodges that second one, he launches at Agdon with a massive swipe across from right to left with his rapier, almost ready with his shield behind the sword as like a secondary, just pretty much full body bowl this rabbit over in case the rapier misses.
All right. So as Quincy is ducking and dodging, trying to get out of the brand, the big branding stick, trying to hit Quincy, ducking and dodging, you come right up behind Quincy, start swiping and slashing. Make your attack roll.
I have advantage.
Advantage?
Yep, because I think gives him advantage.
Because the hawk.
So I've got.
Oh, sweet.
I've got. Oh wait. A 1d8 plus 5. I'm just gonna use my thing here. Fantastic. So a 10.
Did you roll to hit?
Is the roll that to hit with a d20?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the roll to hit is a 16, and then.
Miss.
Do I roll to hit at advantage, or do I only do the?
So
attacking?
if Abby gave you advantage, that means you roll twice and take the higher of the two. So right now the 16 was the first one.
Yes. 23.
23 will hit. There you
17
go.
plus 1.
Okay, so that'll hit. So you can roll your damage on that one.
Okay. Rolls a 6.
6 points of damage. Okay.
Is there any? There's no boost to that with the current boost of speed and strength, right?
I don't increase your strength. It just increases if you make an attack, you get to do an advantage.
Thank you.
Still very, very good.
That's really good.
How long does that last for?
I'm trying to see.
Even if
Usually
it's a minute.
with stuff like that, it's either have a time duration or say that you're concentrating, which means it's up as long as you're concentrating on it.
I'm just trying to close the window because it won't close. Okay. As a bonus action, you can summon a spirit point where you can see. So it's in 60 feet of where I've placed it, and it lasts for 1 minute, and everyone in it.
Oh.
So it's a physical thing that you put down?
Yeah, but I just threw it at
Jennings.
So what does
So, as a bonus action, you can magically summon a spirit to point, and you can see within 60 feet that lasts for 1 minute or until I'm incapacitated. The spirit creates an aura in a 30-foot radius around that point and can be moved up to 60 feet as a bonus action. The spirit's aura effect depends on this type. So then, Hawk, you use your reaction to grant an ally advantage on attack. Advantages on perception.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, so we get AoE buff. Let's go.
Holy shit, that's an amazing feat. Okay. So you said it took the form of a hawk?
Yes.
Okay.
And the hawk, though, I'm designing it as in Ebby's rogue colors.
And these rogue colors.
Yeah, so it's like purple and has like rooty little things to it.
Okay. So, and you can move the hawk around as well. That's insane.
Yep, I can move it around 60 feet from where I am, so.
Ooh.
Nice. We'll
All right,
always
so let's do
be
this. 60 feet. I'm just putting it on the board so y'all can see it. So that's the range.
Wow.
Sorry, no. I can move it 60 feet as a 30-feet radius.
There you go. Okay. I was like, God damn.
30 feet is still pretty good, and you can move it as a bonus.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Perfect.
So it moves 60 feet from you, 60 feet out, but around it is 30 feet of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So after that ritual happens, the rest of you just see this spirited image of this hawk that kind of looks like Ebby with the roguish colors and coloration, just sort of forming like a spirit around Jennings, giving them insane speed and great strength as Ebby's just still behind them, just doing their dance to make it keep going. And Quincy, as Agdon starts to strike you with their brand, you miss, then suddenly Lucy going for a strike. But even with that intense speed as you run forward and just barely miss Quincy's neck with your rapier, you just hit a bit of Agdon's shoulder as they very quickly try to dodge you, and you just skim the side of their shoulder. You nicked them, but it was just by an inch.
Even though I was going for like a side-to-side slash?
Yeah, you did your 6 points of damage, but very, very quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that all? I think is that my turn?
So that's all. That was your action to attack. If you got a bonus action or anything like that, you could do that as well.
Bonus actions is just 2 weapon fighting if I chose to attack with my hand axes, which I did not.
Okay.
And then there's just reactions, which is opportunity attack and hellish rebuke, which is our
correct. So if they attack you, you get that reaction.
Correct.
Okay. So after Lucy comes a few people.
No.
As you start to feel the vibrations under your feet. Agdon, in pursuit of Quincy, missing both times. You singe the shoulder of Longscarf. Good strike. Won't be doing that again, though. Come on down, everybody! And then you suddenly just feel the vibrations from the wood panel. A barrage of Harengon suddenly come forth through the fog and land down near you all.
Can you use barrage in a numerical term?
More than 2.
Oh, there's 4. This is gonna be fun.
Okay, so let's see here.
Woohoo!
Okay. Yeah. So one's gonna go over here. Not gonna go there.
Mm-hmm.
One's gonna go over here. One's gonna go around there. And this guy is gonna go around here. And then this guy So none of them are able to get in close range with their clubs as you just see 4 Harengon burst out of the fog, landing on the causeway near you, giving a little wave. 4 of them suddenly take out their slingshots and start to pelt you with rocks and acorns. This is
Quite
going to
obnoxious.
be 4 attacks. Let's see who they're going to hit. Okay.
Any chance after Longscarf shouted, "Come on out," that because Lucifer's got his shield in his hand, is there any chance that once he saw the other rabbits holds up, or is it? I imagine it's a different move, so he's just kind of hanging out now.
Abby's gonna start talking to his fireflies.
Let's see here.
I swear if all these buddies fire at me, I'm going to... I want Agdon's weapon. I want that as a trophy.
All right, so we've got a bunch of Harengon, and they're just going to blast wildly. 3 are going to go for Quincy,
Cool.
and 1 is going to go for Ebby over here.
Ha! No, it's not.
Come on, Abby, get mad.
All right, so 3 attacks against you, Quincy.
Cool.
15.
I'm going to use shield, so bring my AC up to 17.
Okay, so you dodge 1. 12
It's a miss.
and 13.
It's a miss.
So your shield, I think, goes up for 1 attack, but it doesn't add to the other 2.
Until the start of my next turn. I have a
It does
+5
all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So you suddenly see the Harengon. Hello. You put up your gauntlet that has Griffin attached to it, and suddenly his body changes from
The
rectangular.
wings open.
Nice.
It goes up to a shield. Just like a sort of Iron Man style, as the bird's wings just sort of expand and creates this sort of V-like shield, ping, 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 dodging all the bullets. And then we're gonna do one for Ebby here. Ooh, that's a natural 18. 23 to hit.
And I just have to look at my armor class, right?
Yeah.
13.
13. Okay. And this won't be too much damage. This will just be a modest 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
As the Harengon go all out, and suddenly all these acorns and rocks fly out. One kind of bunk just hits you in the side of the head. Ow! Longscarf standing there. Hey, I told you I liked that one. Shoot at the other motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Abby, I apologize. These fucking brigands don't know anything about nothing. I apologize. And then all of a sudden, this arrow comes out of the fog and tries to land right into Moss's chest.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Roll for an attack here. Oh, that's not going to do it.
We say that it hits the gourd instead.
Fantastic.
Sure.
A memory
Like,
leaks
I
out.
thought this was a prized possession of yours.
Mhm.
Like,
So that is going to be a
Shitty.
7. Not going to hit at all. So, Moss, as you're kind of focusing on where to go next, or like where to put your energy towards, either the Harengon that have just appeared over here or Agdon straight in front of you, you just hear this slight whistling sound, and your reactionary instinct just go, put it right in front of your head. And this arrow's just,
I love that.
just sticking out of the gourd.
can I like play it like a? Because I'm a cat, so I get fascinated by it.
I mean, that's one way to distract the tabaxi, but yeah, sure, more of that. What the fuck?
Listen, looks over. Keep that arrow.
Okay.
All right, so all 4, 1 measly hit and 4 misses on that one. Okay, so going up, Moss, it is
Let's
your
go, Moss.
Okay, so Moss restraps the gourd to her side. She's going to use her feline agility, which is a special trait. I can double my speed until the end of my turn, and it can be renewed after I stop and have a full turn of no speed. Like I just stay in the same spot. So my current speed is 40, so now I have 80 feet of movement.
That's cool.
I would like to.
Is that an action or is that an ability?
It's under special, so it's other.
Okay, reading it out
So-
loud.
Reading out loud, when you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on your next turn.
Okay, there you go.
So
you
is
can
that
use
an
it now.
action or is that my movement?
So that's you're enabling that. It's just a freebie. You're enabling that to make your speed insanely crazy, but you can do that until the end of your next turn until you stop.
Okay, so I haven't used like an action or anything?
No.
Perfect. So I want to use my movement to first move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that 30 to that first Harengon on the left-hand side?
So 20 will get you right beside them over on the left.
Oh, see, I'm overcounting. I'm like, I'm going to follow the road. So I'm like, okay, 20 feet. Good, get me there.
Okay.
I want to make an attack roll on this guy with my quarterstaff.
All right, make an attack.
That is a 19 plus 5, 24.
That'll hit.
Okay. This is 8. Plus 3, that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
And I'd like to use a bonus action to do an flurry of blows, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. Unarmed strike.
Okay.
That is an 11 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay, so I'm going to use the rest of my movement to... Oh, no. I want to use a key point. I want to use a key point in order to do another flurry of blows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use a key point to do another flurry of blows. Doesn't require a bonus action or action.
So there's... Let's see. There's... Where is it? Bonus actions and unarmed strike. And then a key point... I can use it again. I think that's what it is. Bonus action and a key point to use it. Bonus action is a single attack. Should I do Flurry of Blows then for the key point?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay. So I used a key point. 17 plus 5, that's 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, Flurry of Blows. 4. That is 5 damage.
5 damage, okay. So you run up to this Harengon on the side with the arrow kind of put on your gourd, just cinch to your belt, get the staff out. Just Naruto, just go along the wood paneling here. Bam! The huge strike on the side of the Harengon right into the side of the neck. Stinging sensation. Going for a right hook. The Harengon just kind of stunned for a minute, ducks, but you use that to momentum for them to shift over to your real, more powerful one, your right, and you just sock him, knock him out, and then
Let's go.
fall right into the muck and knock that sucker out.
Do you happen to know how many key points I can use in a turn?
So it depends. So I think this first round, I think you did bonus action twice, which wouldn't have been allowed. You can use as many as you want, but you need the actions to accommodate them. So for example, if you...
So I just used 2 of them then, right?
Yeah, so basically you used your action to hit with the staff.
Yep.
You use your bonus action
Yes.
to do Fury of Blows, which I believe you have to use a key point to do, correct?
So Fury of Blows was the key point, but the first time I used an unarmed strike and missed. So unarmed strike, I don't believe is a part of the key points.
So there's a bit of so we got, just so we can flatten this out, because doing monk movements and stuff can get a little complicated. So action, you can use an unarmed strike or your staff.
Okay.
Bonus action, with a key point, you can use Flurry of Blows.
Okay, so then
You can't use your bonus action to just do a random unarmed strike. The unarmed strike would have to be either an action to use to hit him with an unarmed strike.
Okay, so then I use 2 key points just now so that we can kind of...
Oh, sorry, bonus action is either a single attack or 2 attacks, Flurry of Blows if a key point is spent. So if you use 1 key point for Flurry of Blows is 2 attacks.
Oh, so I still have another attack. Dang it.
So you use 1 key point for Flurry of Blows. It's good for 2 attacks. You do not need to use 2 key points for the 1 Flurry of Blows, because it's 2 for 1. 1 key point gives you 2 attacks with Flurry of Blows. So
right. I just felt bad that I used unarmed strike when I shouldn't have, so I was going to deduct myself a key point as a learning.
Well,
that's fine.
You could do it because you did Flurry of Blows. The first unarmed strike was a punch. You missed it. And your second one, Flurry of Blows, hit. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure that
technically did it right, but you
I'm
added
not cheating the system, so I was going to reprimand myself a key point.
Yeah, so either way you would have hit with a Flurry of Blows, because Flurry of Blows is literally unarmed strikes. So think of it this way: you used the bonus action for a single attack, you use a key point to make it 2 attacks. So either way, you're covered. You hit 3 times, which is what you're trying to do. You're good.
You did it.
Yeah. So you're all good.
I was hoping I could get to those again, but I think what Moss is going to do is with the rest of her movement, she's going to go back to Ebby because she doesn't want to be near these Harengon that could possibly steal things from her. So she wants to keep as much distance as possible and strike and then retreat.
Okay. So go in there for those 3 hits,
And I come back.
and then go back to Ebby, kind of taking point. As
He's
Ebby is
found.
still kind of like doing their thing, making the roguish bird spirit visible around Lucy's body, still like using that magic. You run up, just dart over there super quick, bam, hit him in the mud. The Harengon slowly sinks above the water level, starts to fall into the mud, and you go back super, super quick. Okay.
Can I yell out to Lucifer and Quincy, guys, that one fell in the mud. We can't put it in the stew.
I will
I'll wash
say,
them off.
running back towards Ebby, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
Dexterity saving. Okay, cool. That is a 13.
13. So as you kind of made your way over to the Harengon, you notice that the causeway was wobbling quite profusely as you ran over there. You kind of offset it by balancing on one edge of the causeway to the other. And you go, bam, 2-3 hits, one huge knockout punch, falls in the mud. And then you quickly start to back your way up, but you kind of started to slip and fall a little bit as the rocking of the causeway is a bit much, but you get your balance and you suddenly make your way back to Ebby, but it was close.
Can I be like trotting along? Be careful out here, guys!
Okay. I guess that's it for Moss there. Up next is another series of pattern of feet hitting against the wooden causeway below as more Harengon start to approach.
More?
More!
Woohoo!
More!
Oh, a lot more.
We gotta take out Agdon.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was going to suggest earlier. Was
We take the head off.
You have the leader.
Yeah, we take the head out.
So as these Harengon start to make their way around the stump here.
I'd go as far as to say they're trying to overpower us.
Maybe.
Good luck.
Okay, so they're going over there. Once again, getting their slingshots out and trying to make some hits.
Mm-hmm.
Only one of them can really reach you at this range. So once more, it's going to have to make a slingshot attack against Quincy as an acorn starts hurling its way towards your head.
Let's go, Quincy.
17 to hit.
That's my AC. So yeah.
Okay. So you will take 7 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh.
as this one just rockets across with extra fury as you use your griffin to kind of block them all. It's like, is that all you got? And this bulbous acorn just bam! Oh, son of a bitch! And just like scream out into the
That hurt.
That was full damage on that one.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so a huge hit to the side from the acorn, from that Harengon. But lucky for you, the other 4 are out of range and can't quite get you yet. But once again, another whistle comes out from the fog here. And it's gonna hit Lucy. So we'll see if this hits first. Ooh. That is gonna be a 21 to hit.
Ooh.
He just got me because my armor class plus my shield gets me 20, so he just hit me.
Oh, okay.
That rat.
Ow!
And that is gonna be 6 points of damage. As you kind of got Agdon Longscarf right in your center view, you see the Harengon starting to come out of the fog, make their way towards you. There's a lot to focus on. You're not really sure where to go next, but the adrenaline from the hawk-like spear that Ebby is giving you is just making you see red, and you want Agdon so badly. You see your friend Quincy get pelted with an acorn this big in the side of the head. Son of a bitch! Like, Quincy, are you okay? Ow!
I just like point at it. Ow!
I know, annoying guys. Really.
This
Lucifer,
one's got
keep the
32
arrow.
points of hit points, so it's gonna take a few of those. Ow!
Okay.
I'm gonna keep this arrow.
This one's mine now. As your like newly formed, fairly large pecs that have been engorged from Ebby's spell just bink, just poke it out, bink, just fall out, right on the ground.
Mine.
All right. And then
Can I
finally,
Can I
Pardon me?
react?
If you're able to.
Question though. Moment.
Loading.
Reactions. I have an opportunity attack or hellish rebuke.
Okay, so opportunity attack is when somebody leaves your sort of combat space. It's within 5 feet of you. It says opportunity attack or reaction. For you. So what is read hellish rebuke out to me?
So hellish rebuke is one reaction which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet of you that you can see.
So you do not see this person.
The arrow shooter.
Just coming out of the fog and landing at you.
And I can only use. So then.
So being able to use your hellish rebuke as a reaction, it's kind of like you hit me, I hit you back. They have to be within 60 feet, and you have to be able to see them.
So and I can only use it against the person who hurt me, right? I can't do
so
it
when you take damage, you can react by giving them damage back.
So you can't hit Agdon because you got hit.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking.
And he did deal the
I wanted
damage
to
to you
react
either.
so bad.
Yes,
So-
that's right.
And now, finally, but certainly not least, Quincy, after getting barraged by rocks, acorns, and Agdon himself, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna stand up to Agdon because I'm assuming like he's like right here, like he's like sizing me up. I want to size him up. I'm gonna go to my full height, which is not very tall. I'm only 5'2", so I'm gonna lift myself up, and then like right there, I'm gonna just kind of like have my gauntlet kind of like down at my side and flamethrower him right in the chest if I can do it, like adding the stomach. And it is a saving. I want it pointed towards kind of like where I got hit at. So kind of like where I'm looking at. It is only in a 15 feet range, whatever, but that's the direction I want to hand it at. But I want to shoot him with my flamethrower, and that is a save of 13.
13 dex save, okay.
Which is...
13?
Oh, does that make it, or does that still hit, or what? Oh, okay, so it's a 13.
No, yours was 13. He got
it was 13.
14.
Oh, okay, so he still takes half damage, though.
So, funny enough.
Oh. No! He's a bunny! He's a bunny!
Agdon has a fun ability called evasion.
Yes,
So,
that makes sense.
as you go for like sizing him up before you go to shoot him with the flamethrower, what do you want to say to good old Agdon Longscarf?
I got fire too.
Are you shooting at his feet or like in his
I want his
face?
chest. I want his chest. Like I want to put on fire.
Okay, so you're like, I got fire too, friend. Just put it straight out as the griffin sort of transforms from the wingspan back to a rectangular flamethrower-like item as the beak glows red. Agdon's like, holy shit, that just literally goes to the side, grabs your forearm in your hand, and just points it up to the sky. For all of you, you see this eruption of flame just burst forward and go up in arcing motion, making the whole fog and sort of swampy dew emit with this orange and yellow bright light as it just flames just erupt everywhere. Agdon takes
that burn away any of the fog?
no damage. It did not. It dissipated the fog kind of around Quincy and Agdon, but not the whole of the fog itself.
Roger that.
Ooh, okay, so using my Eldritch Cannon is a bonus action. If I needed to clarify that.
Okay.
So that counted as the bonus action. Am I able to use a spell as my main action?
If
does
it's
it
an
have-
action, yeah,
Yes.
you can do a spell.
Okay. That is okay. You're gonna take damage here, Lucy. I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
It's
So-
okay. I've got health points to spare.
So, kind of like being toyed with, Quincy is just kind of like enough. So I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave from me, to kind of like, and so like if he shoots it up, I'm like, no, and kind of just like blast everything away from me. So Thunderwave. So each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a Constitution saving throw of 13.
Oh, this just got interesting.
I made it. I'm safe.
I don't think it would reach you, but let's see.
Wait.
Let's see here.
16 with my +2.
So yeah, it's gonna affect these two Harengon. It's gonna affect your entire party members. So all of you have to make Constitution saving throws.
Is that a D20?
Yep, it's a D20 plus your saving throw mod, which would be on your sheet.
Roast the bunny. Do it. I don't
It'll
care.
be in the saving throw box at the top left part of the sheet.
Dex.
So Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution.
Yeah.
22.
I
Natural
forgot.
20.
Yeah, 19.
So they take half damage.
Cool.
But just hold it. So that'll be the first part. Let me finish my things first before I tell you the second part to this. So con save for the Harengon, 5 is a fail. But a 17 on the second one is a success. Is it 15?
The save DC is a 13.
13, okay. And then for good old Agdon, let's see what he got. Con save. That is an 18.
Oh no! I can't hit anything today.
Okay. So if they succeed, they take no damage. If they fail, they take damage. Correct?
If they succeed, they take half damage, but they don't get pushed. If they fail, they take full damage and are pushed back 10 feet.
Okay. So let me just see here. This guy failed, and all of you succeeded. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
Okay.
I got a natural 20. I don't know if that changes anything.
So you don't get pushed back, but from the force of the thunder wave rattling you on the causeway, I'm going to have everyone, including the Harengon, who did succeed, also make a dexterity saving throw as the causeway just goes rickety from the pulse of the thunder wave.
Let's go.
I got a 5.
A 5?
I got an 11.
An 11.
Lucifer got a 20.
All right. Oh shit. Okay. Fuck.
Let's go. I need something. I need something.
Come on.
Well, just like good old DM fashion, to fuck myself over. Okay, so once again, Lucy, what was your dex saving throw?
20.
20.
19
Moss?
plus 1.
11.
11. And Abby? 5. Okay.
Evie's beautiful wings get like caught up in it.
Okay, I'm just seeing some things.
Oh my gosh. He's in the muck.
Okay, so what was the damage?
The damage would be this. It's an 8 force damage.
So those who succeeded take half,
right,
so you
right,
take
right.
4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Those who failed will take the full 8
And get pushed back.
and get pushed back.
But I succeeded, so I don't get pushed back.
So you take 4 points of damage. Yep, you don't get pushed back, but I'll get to that second part in a second. So let's see here. Harengon. So that'll be 2. Okay, so Quincy, as Agdon moves it away, raises your flamethrower up. You're like, no! You just take a giant stomp on the causeway. Electrical pulse just emanates from your boots as they boom, just this giant shockwave. The three of you just buckle down, grab a part of the causeway, and just hold on. But the force blows Agdon off the causeway into the muck. The other two Harengon blow back into the muck. Moss and Lucy, you're able to hang on, but Ebby, kind of being a little bit loose with your ritual, trying to concentrate on the spirit, you're suddenly flown back from the force of the causeway puts you off balance, and you also fall into the mud beside.
From the force, can Moss be on all fours, just like gripping the wood, like?
Are you still holding the gold?
So those who are stuck in the mud, so Ebby, Agdon, to Harengon, you are currently prone, stuck in the muck, and are currently restrained.
Come on. Come on!
So your speed is 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Come on!
And the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, who are stuck in the mud. The creature also has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws that are stuck in the mud. So to be able to get out, a character can use an action to try to free themselves, or another creature from the muck. So you can, if you roll a strength check, you have to beat a DC 10 to get out. So you can try to pull yourself back on the causeway, as it'll do an action to do so, or you could try to pull another person out and use an action that way.
Do I have to use a D10 to get out?
So you got to roll. You got to make an athletics check, and you got to beat a 10 to get out.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, good job, Quincy.
Don't touch my stuff.
Can we
He's
steal
not down
it
and
while
out
he's
yet.
in the muck? Can we steal it back?
Is there a
He's down right now, but he's not out yet.
He's not out.
He's
Well,
not
I want him to
yet.
see us dangling what he stole before he dies.
I really love this character. I don't want to kill him. I just want my stuff back.
Speak.
You love
So
his character?
Abby,
Uh-oh.
Abby, it is your turn at the start of this round. Do you want to try to use your action to get out of
The
muck?
first Abby's just gonna sigh. She's like, this is what we're not doing anymore. So he looks around and then he's just kind of getting a little
Bullshit.
irritated. And he looks over to Agdon's like, look, I'm now gonna give you a chance. So Abby looks over to the acorn. He's playing a game with this guy now because he's trying to have fun. So Abby looks over to the acorn that's inside. That was hit with him by the one that's dead, and he uses his mage hand to pick
You're
it up.
welcome.
So everyone else just sees this acorn just floating there. I was like, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to stop this fight before this acorn drops, and if it hits the ground, then I'm getting involved.
That's 5 rounds.
No, it's not in this term. He's putting conditions in. So
not like 30 seconds fight turn, but like
Yeah.
it'll fall. Like
yeah.
before it hits the ground, surrender.
So what Ebby's doing is anytime anyone moves, it's 5 seconds off that 30 seconds. So he's like, and then I'm gonna go from there. So Ebby's, I'm gonna take the action roll to try and get out of the muck though.
Can I give
So
him the help
first-
action?
Okay.
No, so you can't do this in combat, unfortunately. This go turn by turn. But for that, Ebby, you say that to Agdon.
Yeah.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Sweet. Well, you know what? Nothing's gonna happen because I got a 1. But I'm just saying, Ebby's doing it whether or not he likes it or not. And then
Make me an athletics check.
what the fuck's wrong with me? I didn't get it.
What was the total?
I got 2. So
Oh.
So you're kind of floating there in the muck in the swamp. Your peacock wings spread out. You're just like, and you know when like the someone like one of your friends who's just kind of quiet and really nice all the time, just someone's just fucking pissing them off, and they're trying so hard not to get mad or anything. You all starting to see that emotion come over Ebby, but they're keeping themselves calm and just floating in the mud, seeing all your spectacular threads and like amazingly colored wings just distraught with muck and mud. You're getting kind of pissed off in your own way, and you look over to Agdon like, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. And when this acorn drops, I'm going to get involved.
and in the meantime, as well, the little fireflies are trying to pull him up.
Yeah.
Adorable.
and so, but like Abby has a plan, and he doesn't care who's involved. He's getting really like he's still smiling. His smile's still there.
That's like the most terrifying thing is when someone's smiling and you can feel the ambiance off of them. So
Yeah.
And
So yeah, all your little fireflies are trying to pull you out as you try to say this intimidating gesture, and Agdon looks over at you, his fine, shining, glittering blue scarf now just covered in muck. And he's like, I'll give your friends the same fucking deal. And he's just getting like really mad and trying to get himself out of the mud as well. But as you say that,
oh.
No, you can continue.
Okay, so Abby just smiles and says, "I'd bow right now, but I can't." And so then, so at this point, because I can still choose with my bonus action who the totem's affecting, I'm still gonna choose Lucifer for the totem to still affects.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna just casually, no intimidation, no nothing, just be like, I really wish this could have gone a different way. And then just ends his turn.
You see Agdon just like kind of stuck in the muck. He's like, me too, friend, me too. I was just trying to do my fucking job. Okay, so after that, we are gonna come to Agdon. Who is gonna use an action to try to get out of the muck.
Stay stuck, please.
Okay, here we go. And I gotta beat a 10. And Agdon continues to flail around in the mud and can't quite seem to pull himself out.
That's good.
So Agdon is still stuck in the fucking mud. Okay. Shit.
Let's go.
All right. So you see Agdon just like barrel rolling and trying to when you're just stuck in deep mud, you're trying to move yourself forward, but you're just stuck in motion, trying to claw their way forward towards the causeway, but they're just grabbing more mud and more filth and water, and it's just not helping.
Well, if it ain't the consequences of your own actions.
Kill that one first! And shout that out to everybody. Okay. After that, that'll be Agdon's turn. Lucifer.
Roast him.
Quincy said you don't want him dead.
Oh. Let's see what happens. I'll leave it to you. Do whatever you'd like, Lucy.
All right, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Lucifer has his main attack, but then a bonus action is 2-weapon fighting. Does that mean, for example, if I was holding my rapier and my shield, that if I missed or something with the rapier, but I could then attack with the shield?
So you can't attack with a shield. So for 2-weapon fighting, for it to work, you'd have to have nothing equipped. You have nothing equipped, basically. So you'd have to put your shield away, which would sort of lower your AC, and then you'd have your 2 hand axes be able to bap.
That's fine. I have enough health. Okay, so
you could technically try to hit with your rapier, and then bonus action, do your 2-weapon fighting to throw 2 hand axes. But you have to put your shield down, which would lower your AC. But
do they
you
have
also
to be thrown, or can it?
So you would have to jump in the mud in order to melee.
I know.
Oh fuck. Okay.
No.
So no, it doesn't. They don't have to be thrown. You can try to slash melee as well.
Fantastic. And that can be the bonus action is the 2 hand axes afterwards.
Yes.
Fantastic. So Lucifer is going to jump from his perch up on the causeway to go both legs over the 2 sides of Agdon in the muck to try to land a stabbing attack. No, not a stabbing attack. He's going to go with his rapier, one hand in the hand guard, the other on the back of the blade, to go down onto Agdon's neck with both of his legs on the 2 sides to ultimately use his body weight to push him further into the water in the muck.
So you're trying to tackle Agdon into the muck.
I'm trying to land on top of him and keep him down. And then if the rapier misses, attack with the hand axes.
So as soon as you, so here's the thing, as soon as you land in the muck, you become prone, like fallen on your
I'd be on
back.
top of them.
So here, let's see.
Because I'm trying to land on this creature
I'm just seeing some here.
with my acrobatics and athletics. So at least that way the head is down.
So here's the deal. This is where it gets interesting with advantage and disadvantage when you become restrained. Because when you're restrained, when you attack someone, it's disadvantage. When someone attacks you, it's advantage, right? But then how does that work when two foes are both restrained right next to each other? Do they both get advantage and simultaneously get disadvantage? No, it is cut down the middle. So for you and Agdon only, your rolls are straight up rolls. You don't have advantage or disadvantage. You will both be able to hit each other straight on.
I have a question,
Yes.
but I'm giving him advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Going into this works with that as well.
Okay.
So out of the muck, he has advantage.
Okay.
Technically, when he falls into the muck, he has disadvantage. So you giving him advantage would make that disadvantage still a straight roll.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So either way, it would still just be a single roll. That would your advantage negated the disadvantage that he
Okay.
would have gotten otherwise.
Okay.
But that also means that with your advantage, if he wants to throw something from the muck to say the causeway, that will also be a straight roll because you gave him the advantage with your spirit thing. Otherwise, it would have been a disadvantage in the muck. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So Lucy, make your first attack roll, please.
So right now where he is. So he's okay. So you've got me because otherwise
So
he's
you
what?
jumped up the causeway and you're like, ah! Stabbing strike with the rapier in the
Okay.
muck.
I'm going for it. I'm sticking to my original plan. Let's go! Excuse me. Sorry, quite excited.
What'd you get?
I'm doing my math, sir.
What was the roll?
It's an 18 plus 5.
Woo! That'll hit. That'll
23.
hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
I thought you got a nat 20 with that response. I was like, oh shit, did you crit?
Ooh, let's go! 8 plus 5.
13.
That's the damage?
Yes.
Oh, direct hit. Okay. So 13 points of damage on the first one.
Can I use a bonus action?
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
And I got to roll to hit again, right?
Yes.
Focus. Okay. Oh, let's go. 18.
18 to hit.
Yes.
Just misses.
No!
Unfortunately.
Sorry, 13 damage is good.
All right, 13 damage altogether. So yeah, so you falling the muck, you're still got this adrenaline flowing through you. The veins in your arms, your chest are pulsating. You're just taken over with this rage. Just leap up the causeway with your rapier out, falling forward. These ethereal red dragon wings coming out of your body as they dissipate as you fall into the mud, and you hit the Harengon, Agdon Longscarf, right between two panels of the studded leather armor, right into the gut. Ah, son of a bitch! Just kind of right hands you off of him as you both tumble in the mud and kind of fall, barrel rolling inside, try to make a swipe with your hand axe wide, but it just hits mud. The two of you are just tumbling in and out of this thing. Mud is getting all over your face, your body, everywhere. Okay.
Fantastic. So I've damaged him 19 points already. From my first attack now. No. Yes.
Yeah, so you did that one and you did the axe, so I think you're good there. Was there anything else you'd like to try to do? You can't move, so I think that's it for
I think that's it for me.
All right.
But this
so
was
now
got good strength, so I'm hoping that
you did. You're epic. Out of the fucking causeway, stabbing them right.
How
dead.
far
Hopefully
did
the next turn, if this enemy is still alive, I can use my higher strength to get out of the muck easier than others.
he only moved 5 feet, right?
They're restrained. Their speed is 0 when they're in
When
the
he
muck.
moved to get there.
Yeah, he just kind of took a jump off. He just like fell into the mud and went right there. It was fairly close by.
Okay, so the mage hand still goes up by 5 feet.
The bird. Okay, yeah.
No, not the bird. Not the bird. My mage hand for holding the acorn.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of things going on. All right.
Sorry.
So, it's all good. I'm just trying to catch up with everything.
Thank you
Okay.
for walking me through that dice.
Yeah, no problem, man. Okay. So we've got these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's gonna follow orders. He said, "Kill fucking that one first."
You got this, Quincy. I've got this guy down here.
So 2 of the Harengon are gonna approach in the causeway and try to get at you. This guy is trying to writhing around in the muck. Oh, thank the Lord. That was like 316. Okay, so this Harengon is able to get himself out of the muck.
Our
Let's say
DM just wants
him
to
over.
follow us.
Let's go.
Hey, if you watch Beyond the Realms, I have a lot of fun plans that get fucking squashed a lot of the time. because my rolls are usually so fucking bad. I have got a really bad luck with dice rolls when it counts. So when I get a win, I savor and salivate. Okay, so used an action to get out from the muck. They can still move. So let's see. He's going to position himself there. Right around there. Okay. So Quincy, as the 2 Harengon start to book towards you from Agdon's command, you're going to get 2 attacks here with their clubs. Oh, and they will have advantage because they have pack tactics. So the first one will definitely hit. That is a 19 on the first hit.
Sure.
Second one, also a 19 to hit. Let's go.
Those will hit. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
Ow.
this would be. I'll just combine these together. Let's go. Okay. Both are 5, so that's a total of 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Sounds good.
As suddenly the Harengon start walking towards you, get their clubs out. Clubbing blows after clubbing blows. You're trying to use Griffin to ping, ping, hits you in the shoulder, down to one knee, ping, ping, blocking, try to charge up your thing, knocks it out of the way.
Ow.
You're trying to give it as much as you're getting it, but it's hard. They're kind of overtaking you a little bit at this point. But that'll be their move. This Harengon here is going to make a slingshot attack at Moss. So let's see if this hits.
I try to do your bloody best.
All right, 20.
Frick!
15 plus 5. You asked for it. This is my fault.
No,
All right.
no, you're good.
And that is going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage, as well as another sharp, jagged rock just comes towards you as you're kind of busy looking at Abby there. Like, Abby, come on, it's fine, I'll help you. Son! Just right in the back of the head as his Harengon's looking at you, enraged with all this muck and mud falling out of their fur and out of their clothing. Okay.
Go get him, Moss.
And then, last but not least, another familiar whistling sound comes towards you, Quincy.
Cool.
Oh shit, that's not gonna do it. That is no 11.
It misses.
So once again, block, attack, ricochet, block. You hear this whistling sound come just between 2 of the Harengons as they're trying to smash you with their clubs, but you hear that familiar sound again, and just instinctively, you put up your forearm, and your griffin bird catches it and snaps it in two with its beak, and you block it down.
Oh, that'd be another good arrow to have.
Sorry, Lucy.
Okay.
It's all right.
That'll be that barrage. And then we come to Moss. Oh, you're muted there, buddy.
Sorry, thank you. I was just asking in chat, so I'm new to spell casting. Is a spell cast like my main action?
Spells cost an action unless they say otherwise. So you'll usually see in a description that says use a bonus action or action to do so.
Okay, okay.
Cantrips you can use most of the time. The only thing is with spells, you can't do 2 leveled spells per turn. So you can't use like an action.
Spell would be like my action, right?
Yeah, so any spell, whether it says action or bonus action, you couldn't like action this spell, bonus action that spell. It's like 1 leveled spell per turn.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. I yell over. Okay, so I look to Ebby because he is obviously like just kind of like in the muck, like just like really angry but smiling apparently. I'm like, Ebby, I want to help you, and yet Quincy looks pretty bad over there. Quincy, how you doing? How's your health? Okay. So I think I'm gonna go help him.
And they're just like as if nothing's he's like, okay.
This is no standard. Fine, go.
I'm so scared of Ebby right now, but she's like, okay.
You're witnessing Ebby's evil villain arc. This is how it starts.
Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to move forward to be beside Quincy. So can I use a spell as a first level spell as a bonus action, or does it have to be the action?
So it depends on the spell. If the spell dictates you can use a bonus action to use it, you can. Best way to learn that is on your D&D Beyond sheet. You'll see the tabs say actions, bonus actions. That'll usually tell you which spells are in which category.
Spells. So, under actions for attack. Oh, okay. Okay, so no, this is an actual action. Okay, so I want to go up to Quincy and cast Cure Wounds on him.
There you go. Can definitely do that.
Okay. So that's one. So I'm going to like crawl up on all fours and just give a brisk just like my shoulder on his leg.
Healing purring powers.
Oh, that's
Healing. So it's 1d8, right? Yeah, okay. Plus 2?
That's your proficiency.
Plus my proficiency?
Plus your spellcasting modifier.
It should say on the D&D Beyond sheet exactly what the healing is. It'll say like a D8 plus 3 or something like that.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm new to this, y'all. Oop, it fell off. We're using another one.
Spells are fun.
Okay, that is, it's 8 points of healing.
Oh, let's take it. I'll take it.
Okay. And then I want to use a key point to do a flurry of blows on the person in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
Perfect. I'm learning.
How many things?
Good.
Did all 3 of those rabbits move?
They moved. These 2 moved towards Quincy. Yes.
Only 2 of them did? The one that's above my hand didn't?
I think that one
this
too.
This one moved to here.
Okay.
Moved right over there.
Okay.
Ebby's keeping track.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping track.
So let's see. Attack. Flurry of
So you're
blows.
basically using your key point to make 2 unarmed strikes.
Yes. And my attack is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit the first one hits, yeah. And the second one?
Oh, right. Ooh, that's a 1. So I only hit once. Okay. 4.
So do damage for the first one?
6 damage.
6 damage, okay. So again, you kind of gallop over to Quincy as these 2 Harengon are sort of beating him with clubs and trying to block and use a flamethrower, but it's too close quarters. And you just kind of go up, Superman punch, bam, hit one right in the temple as it kind of knocks heads with the higher Harengon, and they hit each other, and one grabs the other from falling over in the swamp, and they kind of take 2 steps back as the flurry of blows just knock them both on their ass. And then as they kind of take a step back and are stunned, you just go up to Quincy. And this chill comes over you, Quincy, as scars and bruises and bludgeon is suddenly just flesh themselves out. You have a renewed sense of self, and this adrenaline starts to surge through you as Moss just puts their cute little tabaxi chin on your shoulder. He's like, let's kick their butts. And it's there, everybody, that we are going to take a break. We are going to take a little 5-10 minute break right at this point to refresh their drinks, grab some fresh snacks, let you guys take a little breather from this intense Harengon battle with Agdon and his brigands. But this has been awesome so far, guys. I had a great time. But yeah, so we will be right back 5-10 minutes time. Do not go anywhere as the fight will continue right after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Agdon Longscarf Boss Battle Part 2. Enough talk. Let's murder.
You're speaking my language and I love it.
So after Moss used your purring healing capabilities to give Quincy here a bit of a leg up after being surrounded by Harengon and getting clubbed over and over and over again, we come to our second brigade of Harengon on the right side of the stump here. And they are going to make their way over as this guy gets a bit of a running start and long jumps with their powerful rabbit legs right over to this part of the causeway and is going to go up here and standing jump over there. Land just over there. And
real quick, that causeway that they're on there right behind Moss, that's the one that I burned at the beginning, right? Or was I interrupted when Agdon came?
So you were interrupted. You were starting to burn a couple of the slats in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of floating, but they're stuck with pegs.
Okay.
So they're affixed to the dirt. So you got a little bit of a gap between the end of it and the one you're on. But you weren't able to burn the entire thing. Because Agdon showed up and was
that's fine. That's
why are
fine.
you hurting my fucking home? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Great question.
House flipper.
So people in the mud, do they do any saving throws at all?
They have to roll an athletics check to get out of the mud if
Darn,
they
okay.
want.
Does that take up a whole turn?
That is an action. So
Okay.
you can use your action to get yourself out of the mud, or another person can use their action to try to pull you out of them.
Roger.
And this guy here, let's see, what's he?
Lucy, stay right there. I just gotta, as she's purring, I just gotta help Quincy. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not leaving until this boss is dead or unconscious.
I just want to get you out of the
Or
mud, so
both.
you just drown
both.
him.
Unconsciously dead.
Correct. Or deathly unconscious.
Okay, so as these Harengon sort of make their way over, get this devilish fucker away from me! They're gonna get their slings out and just pelt Lucy with rocks, acorns, and stones at advantage because you are restrained in the mud. So here we go. This is gonna be 4 attacks against you. Okay. Let's bring this up. First one is a 19. Second one is a 22.
Ah.
Third one is a 24.
What? Ow!
16, 17, 19. I cannot make this up. And the third one is a unnatural 20. I am so sorry, Lucy, but all 4 of these slingshots are gonna hit you.
So my armor class is 18.
Correct. So
And-
all those that were above 18 would have hit.
Yeah. See, that was the one issue of putting the hand axes away, is that I would have had a 20 AC. But I had to go after him.
Wait, was one of those a 16?
You said 16, 17, which threw me off because I didn't think you'd said those low, but You said 16, 17 before you said the other ones.
Okay.
Because you did say a 22 and like a 19, I think.
There was a 22 and a 24, but then there was a lower teen, or not the teen numbers.
Yeah.
I can't remember now. I'll just say
I will
3
be
hit.
honorable and say I think I heard you say 19 on one of them, which is what tripped me up. So like, crap, that's above.
All right, so I'm just gonna say 3 hit and 1 miss there.
Oh.
Okay. So here we go.
Roger that, Jordy.
Okay, so first one is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning.
Oh God.
Other 3. 5 and 5, so 10 points of bludgeoning for a total of 17 points of damage as these rocks and acorns and jagged pieces just start to hit you in all directions.
So real quick, the first one was 7
So 17 altogether, 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
in this
From all-
round.
Yeah, so 3 of them combined was 17 points of damage.
Yikes. So I'm currently at a total of 27 points hit. My HP is 32. So
It's not bad.
I currently have 5 points of health left.
Ah!
Lowest Lucy's ever been in this round, or in this entire storyline.
Oh
So
boy.
as you go down from that strike, Lucy, as you hit Agdon the rapier, and 2 of you just rolling around, get this freaking crazy devil away from me! You're starting to like roll around the mud and take it off your eyes and get a clear vision. You see Harengon just surrounding you, hitting you one after the other with these huge welts, and your face falls in the mud. You start coughing up bits of mud and dirt. It's hard to breathe. Another one hits you in the head. You're getting barraged at this point, and it's not looking good as your body sinks lower and lower into the mud.
Can I use a reaction now?
Yeah, 60 feet.
And
you
all
can
these
see
guys
all
are
of them.
within my 60 feet, right?
So you can target one of those to do reaction damage.
Fantastic. So can I use Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, so you can do it on one of them that hits you.
Let me see where they are.
So it was this guy, and this guy.
I'll use the guy. I'll do the one.
So the first one to hit you was this one. So technically, you could do it to this one, or did you want to save it for a particular one? Because you only got one reaction per round here.
My only concern is if I don't use it now, I might get taken out later.
That's true. So the danger of using your reaction too early or haphazardly is like use it on, say, a peon, but then if the boss hits you, you don't have a reaction left to damage them.
I know, but if the boss hits me and it's enough to knock me out, then I can't react.
Decisions.
Oh God. My health is low. I'm gonna use it on one of the peons for now. Give my
Okay.
team a helping
Use it on
hand.
this guy here.
Yeah, the guy just south of me.
All right. So as he pelts you with that, you're going to use your reaction for Hellish Rebuke.
Let me see. Okay, so you point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The attack
that's
save
gonna be,
is 14.
Are you kidding me? I'm so sorry. I rolled a 15.
Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
Literally, I like rolled on 10. I was like, oh, that's not good. And you're like 15. I was like, +5. Oh shit.
I don't get any pluses to the dex
These
save that they must get, right?
bunnies!
Yeah, so it'll take half damage, but you still do damage. It's just half damage.
Okay, so what, 2d10s?
Yeah, so roll 2d10 and then half that.
Okay, 9, so 4.5 plus
before.
So round up to 5.
Fantastic.
We round up.
So as you're kind of rolling around in the mud and your vision's a bit obscured, hard to see, you see one rock kind of flying towards you, and you just catch it in the hand, like, fuck off! Boom! You just throw it back as the rock turns you like a mini fireball, hits that guy right in the forehead, and there's this singed sort of hair, dark burn on the forehead of the Harengon as they just clock hit him in the front of the head, falls into the causeway, as the other two hit you in the neck and the chest.
So that first damage, does that go through?
So his reaction, they still do damage to him. He's just able to deal damage back to the person.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, still, Lucy got to get some revenge there. And then also through the whistling of the fog.
Oh, here we go.
And that is going to be a 18.
My AC is 18.
Oh, fuck. So, meets or beats? Okay.
How
this
many
will be-
points?
Let's find out.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
Just saying, anyone who's been watching this Twitch channel for over the last 2 or 3 years, this is probably the best hit ratio I have ever had in a boss fight.
Oh, come on. No.
Just saying that now.
Lucy will be fine.
Abby, it's involved.
That's going to be 9 points of
Oh,
damage.
Lucifer's
with
unconscious.
Arrow, as we're able. Oh no!
I want to be angry, but I can't. I'm unconscious.
I'm bringing the dice board to my face now.
I want to react, but I can't. I'm unconscious.
Oh my gosh, I can use my turn to get him out, Quincy, because I think your spells have a lot more range than mine. If you can knock more people into the muck, that'd be great.
I can see what I can do.
Oh.
So as you get pelted from these acorns, these rocks, these jagged glass pieces, you're able to catch one and throw back at the Harengon as it lights with ethereal fire. Hit it right in the forehead, drops down, but another one hits you right in the neck as your windpipe kind of is hard to breathe for a moment as you're swimming around in the mud and it's making it harder for you to move. Something right in the center chest. And you feel a bubbling sound emit from your chest as you serves your rights, you horned fucker! And you just hear like a little jab in your rib from Agdon beside you.
I'm unconscious. I can't say anything.
And Lucy is down.
We can't ask how many hit points Agdon has left, right?
You can ask. I won't tell you.
I mean, I'm unconscious. I can't.
No, I'm planning shit.
Abby is gonna save the day.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Well, that was the second squad's turn. Quincy, you see this barrage of pieces hit against Lucy, an arrow swiping out of the fog, hitting him square in the chest, bubbling noises coming down. You see his body just kind of go lifeless, start to float in the shallow swamp water.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay. So after getting pummeled by these two Harengon that are like literally right in front of me here too, I'm like, we gotta get Lucy. But first, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my bonus action and I'm gonna 15-foot cone try to hit the 3 Harengon that are in front of me. In the fire blast, and that is a DC of 13 for each of those. So I'm gonna shoot my fire at them first.
All right, so yeah, that'll hit all 3. So they all gonna make dex saves.
Yes.
All right, let's see. 21 for the first one,
Yep,
15 for the second one,
Sure.
and 17 for the third one.
Sure. So they'll take half damage. Do they have evasive?
They do not have evasive.
Okay, so they'll take half damage. So that is 7. So 4.
Okay.
And then anything in that's flammable catches on fire that's not being worn or carried.
So that'll be... Oh, shit. So it's 7 points of damage total?
Yes. Halved would be 4. If they dodged it.
So they all succeeded, so it'll be 4.
Yes.
So you see Lucy suddenly get pelted from jagged rocks and arrows, and them trying to get Agdon, and suddenly they're just covered in too much muck and they can't breathe, and they just start to float lifeless. No! Finally, the full barrage of your flamethrower is able to go at its full capacity, and the Harengon erupt into flames. Their fur, their clothing catch fire immediately, and they are burned to a crisp and turned to ash. All 3 are dead.
Perfect.
having no
Quincy, you're
suit.
amazing. Mwah.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Arangog. I want to make eye contact with him. You see that?
Pretty more where that came from, you stupid fuck!
I want to go ahead and cast Firebolt at him, since like I'm assuming Lucy's he kicked Lucy away a little bit, so it's not gonna quite hit Lucy as much with this Firebolt. Or I'm not. Sorry, not Firebolt.
The first one was a bonus action?
The first one was a bonus action because it was from the Coco. So
Right.
yes, and so now as a main action, use the cantrip Firebolt to hit at Arangog.
Okay. Make your attack advantage.
That is a 20. Oh, at advantage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a 20. Dirty 20.
All right. That'll hit.
That's a 10. 10
Ooh.
fire.
10 points damage.
10 points of fire damage.
10 fire damage. Okay.
I'm gonna try to burn the scarf or start that on fire.
But we were gonna give that to Jingle Jangle.
I'm not thinking about that at the moment.
It's okay. We'll just go find her truffle.
Who has mend or repair?
Let me look.
Okay, so yeah. Plenty more where that came from, you fucker! Ah, son of a... Just see direct hit as mud and water just splash out into the other causeway. Some of his fur gets singed. The scarf starts to seeming like it would be burnt, but the flame kind of catches on the scarf and is just sort of irradiating on top of it, but it doesn't actually catch fire. But his leather and his materials underneath the stud leather armor do catch fire, and he's rolling around as it gets put out from all the dense mud.
Oh, I want that. I have movement speed a little bit. I'm going to 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. If I can move like right about here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
That's about it.
Sounds good. And Quincy's turn, and third round of combat. Abby, what you
How
doing?
much damage did Agnon take from the fire?
10.
So we've taken 29 total hit points from him.
He's beefy. He's beefy.
Boss.
So Abby is really getting annoyed. He sees Lucifer down and trying not to show how upset he is by it. So he looks at Agdon and says, "This is one last time. Call everything off and get us, everyone, including yourself, out of the mud through an intimidation."
Okay, roll intimidation check.
9.
You saying that, like, you say that to him, get your fucking friends out of here right now if you want to die. Well, it looks like you're 1 for 4, but I think your 1 is a lot more expensive than my 4.
So Abby just sighs, but as that moment, his mage hands disappears because after all the movement, and the acorn falls and lands on the wood. He's like, okay.
Good
So
stuff.
Abby looks at the acorn and looks back. It's like, I told you. And then Abby takes a breath, and these little sparks of arc white light starts coming off of his arms and his shoulders. The fireflies move away from him. And even though he's stuck in the mud, Abby raises his hand to Skye and shoots that light right into the sky. And he aiming his eyes straight to Achaidh and casts Moonbeam on him.
What'd I do?
Please, for the love of everything.
So as the light slams down onto Agdon. I now have to roll 2d10s.
Okay.
That just hits.
They have to make a saving throw, I believe, to see if they take half damage.
So
Can
my
you make a saving throw while stuck in the mud?
It's
Or was that one of the things that you told us that was?
It was dexterity saving throws. They do a disadvantage. Let me just see here. Yeah, disadvantage dexterity saving throws. So the moonbeam, I believe, you cast it, you put it where you want it to be. The person you're hitting has to make a save of some kind to see if they take full or half damage.
Yeah.
And I can't. Is it dexterity?
where
or
do I look? Con.
Constitution saving throw. Okay, so that's not disadvantage, but roll it anyway.
It says con 14. I don't know what that means.
So I have to beat a 14, and I'm so sorry. I rolled the 19.
This is a real boss fight.
yeah.
So they'll take damage, but it'll be half damage from your moonbeam. So roll the damage, and then
It was 11.
11. So right. So that'll be. It's not 6.
Is that 5?
6 if it's
5.
half up.
Yeah. So it would be 5.5. So round up to 6. Yeah. So they'll take 6 points of damage.
So is that
Perfect.
35
And then-
total?
And it's only on his spot. And every time it's his turn, he's going to be burned.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So that's 6.
Oh, in my mage hand, I think Icon can disappear now because it's gone.
Okay. So let's get. I thought we had a moonbeam icon in here, but I haven't had one yet. But usually I just put a giant moon on the board. Because I'm silly like that.
I'm quirky.
Ah.
The moon!
That's like a hefty rabbit if he's got over 35
And
hit points.
with my bonus movement, I'm giving the totem power to Moss. And
Okay.
and then and Abby is can I and so I can't do an action to get out of this thing anymore, right? I'm still stuck because I used that for my spell, right?
You used your action to do the moonbeam, so yeah, you're currently stuck in the mud still.
Okay. And then so then Abby's gonna say is like, I'm gonna say it one more time. Next you have your decision until someone else comes at you. I'll stop this. If you stop this. I'm tired of this. There's no reason for this to happen.
So Abby, as you're
I'm getting
floating
dirty
down-
right now, and I don't want to be dirty.
So Abby, as you're floating down there in the mud and in the swamp, you hear the acorn hit against the causeway. These little lightning stems start to emanate from your colorful feathers and your wingspan. Little wisps of electricity start to come out of the corners of your eyes, and you start to jitter. Swamp water around you starts to bubble and steam, and the clouds around the fog start to darken, and suddenly this bright cylinder of moon energy, just radiant power, goes into the mud like a giant piston of energy, slamming Agdon into the muck once again. Oh! I'm dirty! I'm filthy! And I don't want to do this anymore! Agdon just crying out in pain from the piston of radiant energy beaming down through the fog and just electrocuting him into its place. Good job there. Okay. After Ebby, we come to Agdon.
He
You
starts
didn't
his
take more
turn.
damage.
Moonbeam damage.
So on his turn, he takes more damage, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
No saving throw or anything. So what's the roll again?
Oh, you roll it or I roll it?
You roll damage. All of it is
Oh, okay. So I rolled 6.
6. Okay, so I'll take another 6 points of damage because I don't believe he has to make another con save at that point. Let's see here. Save. Ooh.
Abby wants to say something after he gets hit by this beam, just so you know.
Okay, so this beam is it's like this spotlight on him, and this pulsating energy is just continuously like climbing down, slamming into him like a jackhammer. So as the second wave hits on him, what do you want to say?
So after he hits the damage, I'm like, and once I'm through with you, I'll move it to your friends. I'm telling you this. Stop it.
So you see Agdon now getting pelted from the moonbeam, sinking into the mud even more. They're trying to keep getting stuck down almost below their head, but they're still getting up for air. Make another intimidation check.
Come on, Emmy.
19.
Ooh. Come on, Emmy.
As Agdon is struggling to breathe, the moonbeam of radiant energy hitting them down. Looking over at you, your eyes burning asunder, your body slowly rising out of the swamp water, looking like you're making yourself float and about to just rise above the pain and anguish that's going on to inflict even more damage and more insane power. Agdon took you maybe for a little bit of a pushover, but you were just displaying this otherworldly power that they did not see coming. They look over and see half of his brigand crushed to bits, incinerated. Lucifer almost falling into the mud even more. All right. A truce then, eh?
I like the sound of that.
I hate truces.
I'll tell my little band of Harengon here to relax. If you can cool it for 2 goddamn seconds,
well,
and we come to an understanding, eh?
See, that could have happened from the start. I don't know why people have to get so fisticuffs.
Up on top of the stump here, we have some aid that we can give to your friend, but I'm going to have to ask that you lay down your weapons.
You first.
Happy to do so, friend.
Is Abby floating?
So, you are making it look like you were about to float out of the water with your little bird legs kicking like a 13 miles per second.
So they lower the thing.
So Agdon is calling for a truce and waiting for your response, and from the party at large, as Lucy is just kind of unconscious and floating.
Abby looks to Lucy, and then his arm will just slide forward and just snap his fingers, and the moonbeam will stop.
The moonbeam dissipates out of the clouds. This thunderous sound echoes throughout the Brigand's Tollway into the swampy environment. The fog still billowing quite a lot around you, but the darkened clouds start to become sort of brighter dim light once more as they part, as the moonbeam dissipates.
Mm-hmm.
Agdon slowly make his way up to the causeway, covered in muck and filth. Looks over to his gang over on the other plank. Stay back. Looks down at Lucy, who's just bobbing there. Looks over to you. Looks over to Quincy in particular.
I'll have Coco kind of turn back and start crawling up my shoulder and kind of wait there.
We'll see how much your word is worth, friends. Puts his hand down, grabs Lucy by the back of his jacket, his material, lifts Lucy up on the causeway. Lucy, make me a death saving throw, please.
Can Moss crawl on top of Lucy and start purring and give him resistance, which helps him get advantage on his saving throw?
Or do you want to heal him and help him not be unconscious?
I can only use the healing spell once.
We still have initiative because I can also heal him too.
So we're currently out of combat.
Okay, so I could heal him too.
Okay, so if you're gonna heal them straight away, then don't worry about the death saving throw.
Yeah. But okay. So the I'm still in the mud.
So,
So
if you
for all intents and purposes, we can say your friends are coming and getting you out. We won't have to roll for it.
Okay. So so Abby's going to do, because he knows that there's going to be healing up at the next place. He's just going to do a level 1 healing word. Again, it's that little like triply hop, the tripping hum, and it's 1d4. 6.
6.
Yeah, heal him for 6 points.
All right. So Lucy, after Ebby gets out of the muck as Moss and Quincy kind of help Ebby out, Ebby runs towards you covered in filth, kind of dripping on the causeway, does that humming, chittering sound. Suddenly, this intense feeling comes out of your body, rising from your toes all the way up your legs and through your chest and up into your head. Goosebumps arise all over your skin as this sensation just quells you awake, like smelling really strong smelling salts. You just
Hello, Abby. You
Hi.
sweet thing.
as your vision kind of comes out of being blurred and more focused. You look around, you see piles of burnt rabbit over to one side. You see Agdon looking pretty close to you, like 5 feet away. The other Harengon kind of just sussing you out over on the other tallway. Everyone seems to be having a ceasefire at the moment.
Lucifer just looks at Agdon and just like,
So, truce it is then?
I want to walk up to Agdon and hold my hand out.
Lucifer's having some internal conflict with his history and having lost a fight with what his dad would have said or done.
My bag.
Quincy, you hold out your hand.
My bag.
Oh, your bag. Oh, of course. It's a bit filthy though. Just all this sledge and mud just pour out of it. There you go. Just toss it over to you.
I'm going to pick it up and then kind of quickly turn around, and I'm looking for something in particular. And I'm just going to put my hand on it and just kind of like, I'll feel it. And then just kind of sigh and wrap it up and just, I'm giving him the death glare. Like, there was something in that bag that you don't touch.
And what about the dagger that he took?
The rapier from Sir Tavalar.
Please.
Hucks it over to you. Well, what are we going to do here now? We still have a job to do, and we cannot really go away empty-handed now, can we?
What do you need to not be empty-handed? Because I have rocks.
Well, your horned friend over there doesn't look like he's gonna be doing any good anytime soon. Boys, ladies, looks over to the gang over to the right. Let's all go up at this top of the stump and catch our breath for a while. Can give you something to heal those wounds there and figure out what our next course of action shall we?
Yeah. Abby's like completely different person as it was instead of the time when he was casting the moonbeam, just all cheerful, as if it's still like wrangling in pain in his mind because he's dirty.
Okay. So at this point, Longscarf just points over to the stump. After you, then?
Lucifer agrees to walk with his crew, but he is walking silently, just internally wrestling himself.
All right.
And Abby...
So
sorry.
No, go for it.
I was gonna be like, as they're leaving, Abby's gonna like lightly place his hand on the elbow of Agdon, be like, I'm sorry about your friends, really.
Save it for another time then, shall we?
Okay.
and leads you to walk towards the stump. And you can see like Longscarf is like very bitter about this. It's kind of like a sting to his pride, to his whole kind of personality that you kind of bested him in this way and doesn't easily just do a truce but saw no other way. So it's just kind of forced. Let's just be friends for now and see what we're going to do about this. But one by one, as you all kind of lead in his direction, you make your way over to the side of the stump here, and 2 Harengon start to come into view as you go closer into the fog and start to make your way around the trunk. You see 2 Harengon with light crossbows just peek out the corner. It just points up to this very long rope ladder that's kind of dangled off the side of the stump and goes up into the clouds to the top.
Can Lucifer like glare over at the 2 with the crossbows and just while keeping eye contact and not changing his face whatsoever, just rip the arrow from his chest as he walks by?
Just not keeping eye contact the entire time as you rip the arrow out. Do you keep it like you said you would?
Absolutely. I'm up to 5 arrows now.
You should write
Are you
Agdon's
counting
name
the one
on
in
it.
the gourd?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here you go.
I've been keeping count of my notes.
You should.
I want
you
a
should,
bow.
you should write Agdon's name in that bow.
That'd be too much of an honor.
Okay. So as you all, I assume you climb up the ladder to go to the top of the stump?
Abby flies.
I'll
Abby
climb.
flies. Okay.
I'll climb.
I'll climb as well.
Oh, you non-flyers.
All right, and the spirit dissipates, I believe.
Yes, it does. I call it, yeah.
Okay.
And the mage hands can go as well.
Okay. So currently we've got 4, 5, 6 Harengon here. 6 Harengon that are left, plus Agdon. And we got our compatriots over here. As one after the other, as Quincy and Moss and Lucy start climbing up the rope ladder, the Harengon all just kind of taking a beat and letting you all go up as they all follow you up the enormous tree trunk. I'm going to pull your attention for those on roll 20 to look over to your left, or your right, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So as you kind of zoom out of the roll 20 screen, you'll see the tree stump over here. So as you start going up the ladder one by one, the air gets a bit thinner. That moisture, that heat that radiates from the swamp starts to dissipate a little as you get higher up. You feel the air a bit cleaner, a bit easier to breathe. A little bit of a gust of wind kind of rolls through. And as you get up the 30-foot high stump, reaching the top, you see a few things up here. You see a few wooden skiffs moored among the cattails and grasses that poke up from the water surrounding the ancient stump. The rope ladders are hanging off the edges of the trunk, enable many people to kind of climb up to the side there. There's one kind of on each end of the trunk here. You see a circle about 12 patchwork tents surrounding a carved wooden throne, assumably where Agdon Longscarf holds court for his gang. And you can see a score of worthless trinkets piled up around the throne as well. And there are also more Harengon up here that you did not see down below. And if you recall, I sent you all a picture in our Instagram chat where I was like, I've rolled 2d4. I'm not telling you what it is, but I'll tell you when the time comes. So that was to determine how many Harengon are up on the stump. So there's an extra 5 up here that you didn't even run into yet.
Gotcha.
So as you all kind of get up one after the other up to the stump, so a few Harengon just kind of like, there's a little bit of a makeshift fire up here with a little bit of spit roast, some sort of meat of some kind. A couple Harengon just like moving things around, organizing the tent a bit much. And as soon as you come up to the stump, they all just look at you. And there's a bit of a standoff as some of them kind of like put their hand towards clubs and just like make slight movements to get battle ready. Then you see Agdon come up behind you. Hold your fire! Hold your fire! We made fucking friends for some fucked up reason. I don't.
Yay, my friends!
Friends is a strong word.
It is. Friendship's amazing.
So as Agdon kind of walks over to their throne here, their sort of makeshift wooden throne, and kind of take their stance, kind of leading you all to follow. As you all kind of follow him over in this direction, some of the other Harengon that are following up the rear, some of them go to their tents, others kind of go to other Harengon, kind of whispering in their rabbit ears about kind of what took place and what happened. And as you all kind of stand in front of Agdon here, so you all are pretty experienced fighters now, aren't you? I take it you're not particularly locals of this land, no?
Nope.
Is it that obvious?
Well, it's not every day you see somebody with a mechanical bird that's a flamethrower, another bird that can rile radiant energy out of the sky. What brings you here? Why are you in hither of all places?
Zybilna.
Now it becomes more clear. Here to rescue the former leader of Prismir, eh?
And you're protecting Bavlorna.
In so many words.
We are at
What
a
is your outlook on
opposite-
Zybilna? What is your perspective? First words out of Lucifer's mouth since he's been conscious.
Well, in days gone by, I made a bit of a name for myself and me band of miscreants. Gave travelers a bit of a hard time throughout the various Feywild domains. But once I reached Prismir, my antics kind of came to a dramatic end, you might say. Zybilna put a stop to it and gave me a little bit of a punishment for my offenses. Demanded that I give up my beloved scarf of all things, if you can believe that. And when I refused, Zybilna cursed me so that I would never be able to remove it. Pinned me to a young sapling with a magical nail made of gold and iron. She bade the tree to grow until its branches raked the clouds. I was carried into the sky, you see, was stranded there for quite some time until the Hourglass Coven gave me a reversal on my particular fortunes. And it is for that that I am going to be forever grateful to Bavlorna and anything her sisters get up to. And my loyal gang was able to chop me down from my infernal tree prison, and now you see what it has become. My home. Funny how things have a funny way of turning out, isn't it?
So you can't take off the scarf?
Sadly, no.
What if someone else took it off?
Well, they can certainly try now, can't they?
I'd be like, instinctively just like walks up to try and remove that scarf, taking it very literally. It's just to remove it.
So you walk up to him.
As he walks, he was like, "Can I try and remove it?"
No, you may not.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then he walks back.
We seem to be at conflicting obligations and loyalties here.
So true.
So,
And I made a pact with Bev Lorna, the slack-jawed Lorna, as we like to call her. And I am obligated to give her one item that I steal from each of my friends. And that is the deal that was made.
Can Lucifer like tauntingly take out one of the arrows that he's procured now and be like, "You can steal this back"? Puts it back in his jacket, knowing good and well he won't take it.
Lorna requires things of a little bit more finesse than just a simple arrow, friend. Hence why your gourd over there is worth such a price in her eyes. We don't just take trinkets, although trinkets that are worth a particularly personal value is preferred. But that jug over there can take dreams, can take people's deepest desires, which is quite valuable in the Coven's eyes.
What
So
happened?
you can see my awkward situation here.
a little bit, yeah.
That gold breaks.
Pardon me, friend.
What happens if that gold breaks?
Well, I can imagine probably would return what's inside, I guess.
He glances over at Moss with a knowing look of, well, that can't be given back then.
Again, we seem to be on opposite sides, no matter where it seems to go, doesn't it?
You
You're
see,
not-
I have.
You're not going to let us go to Bavlorna, and we need to. You want the jug, we need it more. Currently, you have saved our friend. You've let us save our friend,
Mm-hmm. He didn't do any saving.
and we have spared the rest of yours. You let us pass. You ignore this skerfuffle. You do not tell Bavlorna. And we just move on.
See, here's the thing.
Mm.
I have a reputation to uphold here. And I can't have it be sullied by silly concepts like honesty and generosity, you see.
In all sense, they're not silly.
How is this tree still like neutral? Because it's obviously not alive. Me and Lucifer took care of your collecting party, and the grass shriveled. You obviously have no sincerity or kindness. You use these dreams and passions as a substitution, but you are the poison that is hurting your land. Your ally, Bavlorna, is a poison to this land. What I think that Zybilna punished you for was rightfully so. You most likely were harming other people.
So the punishment might have come across as severe or overly severe.
Being stuck in a tree sounds like a paradise.
Not when you've been up there for many, many months and the tree continues to climb up, and I don't know how much time you've spent here in the Feywild, but it was a very, very long time. And as far as my compatriots down below, they knew what they were getting themselves into, and as you can see here, I have many, many more friends. And you start to see the Harengon from the other tents start to poke out and create a bit of a semicircle around you.
Abby,
Hi.
you have 2 minutes.
To what?
How about this, my friends? We obviously respect your efforts. We respect your fighting prowess, your power. I mean, I would very honest, like in a very welcoming way, have you in our ranks if you so should want to join. Thought that'd be the case.
Lucifer scoots over to Marsh, like, you mind doing one of those healing purrs on me so I can just,
Once more.
Okay.
Am I able to out of combat?
Sorry?
Am I able to out of combat? Again,
Out of
spells are
what?
very do a cure wounds.
Oh yeah, out of combat you can do whatever you want, but before you take that action.
Okay.
We are at about an impasse, you say. I, out of the kindness of my heart and out of the respect of your skills, have let you live.
out of the kindness of his heart.
Hold on. Let him finish.
But, as I have just explained, I cannot simply let you trample around in downfall without proper payment and pay the respects to the Hourglass Coven.
Okay.
So, I propose this. You choose your finest fighter against me. If you win, we'll let you go without a moment's notice. Free to trample around and hither as long as you damn well please. But if you lose, each of you will have to give 2 items each to the Harengon gang, and as tribute to the true, rightful rulers of Prismere.
Abby doesn't really like that. Abby wants to ask her, like, who again cursed that scarf to be on you forever?
It was Zybilna.
Zybilna.
The person we're supposed to be saving.
So, do you want it off?
Trust me, friend. I've tried many, many things to take this off, and by George, nothing can do it. It is now a part of me. It is me. This scarf is made of material that was woven from lightning bolts that I stole right out from under the clouds themselves. So I'm not inclined to give it away, nor do I want it off, quite frankly.
Okay.
Abby, we don't have a choice here. He wants a fight.
It'll do my reputation good to best one of you after seeing all of the power that you possess. But if you win, you go free. And that horned one over there looks particularly ready to go.
Is it a fight at...
Well, before anything, you, upon the truth that
You're not at full health.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't want him to have a long rest either.
Yeah.
I will allow you to mend your friend, or whoever you choose.
Because we also don't know how much health he still has, even though he's lost 41 if he's not been healed back yet.
He was close, though. All right. We'd like to talk in private. If you're
Please,
little
take
bunny.
all the time you need.
I have 6
Wait,
health.
literally
Please
all the
dismiss
time we
your
need?
droppers. Thank you very much.
That's just an expression, Abby. He
Oh.
So say we'll come back afterwards.
All right. I'm gonna start marching. I want to go like start marching like behind the green tent over here. I'm kind of just like motioning for Moss and Lucy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what Evie's gonna do. I'm kind of like I'm hoping he follows too. What Evie's gonna do? What is it?
I was just watching, and then like he hands the acorn back that hit him to the like a token of whatever you want it to be. I'm very disappointed in you, Mister. And then he just slowly walks away.
It's difficult with the mystery of how much health he had left, knowing that I currently only have 6. I think one of the other strongest.
So I will say, he did have evasion, which I mentioned earlier. It's a reaction where he is able to what is it? Uncanny dodge as a reaction, so he can have the damage he takes from an attack that hits him. So you're not too sure how many hit points he has, but there could have been instances where one attack or the other could have been half
less
damage.
or more. Yeah, less or so. Yeah.
So I will at least give you that. In your calculation.
Idolus frowns because everyone's gone. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know where everyone went.
Abby, we're back here.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Rude Person.
At the very most, I have 32 hit points when I'm fully healed. When he's got to be at least 50 to play it safe.
I want to take this bunny out.
Am I able to do like a perception check to see how injured he is?
Well, his offer was you heal your guy and my people will heal me and we'll go blow to blow at full health.
Yeah, that's assuming that I'm going to take him up on the offer. What
And
if
Lucifer,
I just attack him now? Like,
if I fight him rapier and shield, I have a 20 AC.
I feel like Lucy would be the strongest fighter for us, yeah.
I also have good reactions too.
Even though I really want this bunny's head. But Lucy would do it the best.
My reactions are Opportunity Attack or Hellish Rebuke, which both can do pretty good. I also have bonus actions, which is actions in combat 2 weapon fighting.
Quincy really wants to fight this, but Lucy is the stronger fighter, so I'm gonna use.
Remember, you do have. I will remind you that you have a couple items that could also help you. You have the vial that you took from the carnival that you still have on you, and I believe you might have one other thing that I'm not remembering.
I think Quincy has a vial of it, and I have a vial of it as well.
Did I? I don't believe I did.
There's only one vial that we got from the carnival. It was the one that was like pushing, I think, on the outside. Of
the red goo that was pushing against the glass and looked rather full.
I thought Lucy had that one. I think that's about it.
No, I have a vial of some of the stuff from
like the slickness, right?
The walk-in house that has different
We already used the potion of invisibility with Quincy.
Yeah, I already used that one. That was mine.
Do you remember, Lucy, do you remember what that was? Did they mention?
So I think we all had different vials from the carnival, but the thing that I took was either some of the tea or some of the...
You took the tea.
That has some of the crazy...
The vial of the tea, yes.
Yeah. Don't know if a prank vial will...
I don't think so.
Suffice.
So... I'm... Lucy, do you think you can take this guy?
I think so.
Are you sure?
He just has a lot of evading. The only issue is if I lose, that's a lot of loss.
That's a lot of loss.
So here's the question. We took the gourd from the first bunnies. It wasn't ever, as far as we know, a needed quest item. We really only wanted to break it to return possible dreams and memories to those who had them taken. I think if that's what he wants back, that's the least possible chance of loss compared to all of our options.
Are we able to take a full disengage right now or a dash action and just like run?
They're very fast.
We can try.
Well, I wasn't gonna say this, but if you did want to run, I can stop them and we can get away.
I have faith.
And then we're gonna be hounded.
Being chased by all of them, and there's
I
no one.
also just don't know what the potential loss is for this gourd. We wanted it as a bargaining chip.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But-
the thing is, as well, is if we don't fight and we run, Bavlorna knows we're coming.
Correct.
I also want to say that he said 2 things of ours. Technically, that's not ours, so he can't take it.
No, but that's what he's agreed that he would take back in exchange.
Those 2 things of each of us.
That's only if I lose the fight.
So the options are
We give
we give
gold
him the
and
jug
that's it.
and leave, and
Mhm.
Bavlorna knows we're here. We kill him. Bavlorna still knows we're coming, but down a Harengon.
Plus, if I defeat him, there's still the rest of his Harengon.
Exactly. That's what I'm worried about, is that when the leader is taken out, are the other ones going
Are
to
they gonna run away, or are they
Well,
gonna?
are
I
they
don't
going to
know.
fight? Like
I don't. We can't really quite bank on that.
so
Are we gonna
it-
fight, or do we give up the jug?
If I have, I mean,
We
28.
can't give up the jug.
So we fight.
Fuck.
Do we know what 2 items we would each give? That would be enough.
I have no idea, but I'm not giving up my bag.
That's my worry.
I may suggest don't leave it on the outside anymore.
Thank you, Abby.
Just saying. Just saying. Now this would have happened if you had prepared it correctly.
So
I don't really have
I don't really have anything.
Quincy is shooting daggers, looking daggers at Abby right now. But it's so funny.
Because I'm also worried, Quincy, that if we lose and they want 2 items from you of possible equal importance to you, just like that bag, he might try to take Coco.
Let's not think about that.
Right. So again,
So-
the fight is either very high risk, high reward, or a single thing. And sure, she might have more defenses knowing that we're coming, but at least we are all together with all the items that we otherwise have.
I'm gonna
Because
walk
who else
up.
would that bargaining chip be good for except for the Harengogs? This is kind of the time to use that bargaining chip,
Is it
right? Because who else is going to be interested in it?
So your vote is to give them the gourd.
As much, if we knew how to empty it out first, without breaking it, I'd be all game for that and then give it back to them. Because how are they going to measure what's in it or not?
But if we break it, it automatically goes back to everyone.
Correct, but if we break it, then there's going to be I mean, unless you guys are all ready to heal back up and then just have one more massive fight, all of us against them, on this tree stump.
Well, what if we open it? He just wants a gourd, not what's inside. So we empty it. Then we
That's what I'm saying. Let's empty it first and then give them the gourd.
So we open it and see what happens, and then give them
Yes.
the gourd.
Yes, that's my vote.
Yeah, but if you think back to Jingle Jangle, we opened it up and there was a huge gust of wind. I don't think we can do that stealthily.
What if we just hold it over the side of the trunk so the wind goes down the trunk?
I think we're thinking this too much.
Yeah.
Do we open that? Do you want to open the gourd?
I say we open the gourd and give the gourd back. I say we point it outward from the tree stump from where we're standing right now. So the wind at least is not hitting them. They have pretty big ears though, so
Well, he never said it had to be a full gourd.
that's true. It's just the item that he
True.
wants.
Okay. You
But
guys-
does someone want to go distract them? Maybe.
Well, I think they're a little smart for that. So
Yeah.
are we gonna open it now?
I say we open it, try to give it back. If they have an issue with that, maybe we offer one more smaller item along with the gold, and that's it.
Get ready for a fight.
I'm ready. Oh wait, so am I fully?
can
up at
I
this
can I
point.
like cure wound him?
So,
I would make sure we're all.
so let's just be clear here of what's happening. The offer to you has been fight me. We'll my people will heal me. Your people will heal you. And if you take that up, we'll do that. If not, we'll sort of see what happens. So if you're going to heal Lucy here, then you're doing that in plain view. All the Harengon are kind of like off to the side right now, kind of waiting to see what happens, but they can all clearly see you.
Yeah.
So if you heal Lucy, we'll see what happens.
Those
but
Harengogs have moved while we've been behind this tent.
Well, they know they're planning something, so obviously they're gonna keep an eye on us.
And they,
They
got big ears.
They do have big ears. So
So
I want to fight.
if you want to fight, I think the only chance of getting a full everybody fight instead of a one-on-one is we open this thing, say, hey, you want this gold back? It's yours now. And then at which point he might say all bets are off, everybody dies, in which case we all fight against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 the master.
Yeah.
That's 4
And-
versus 12.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, so we open this thing and are we both assuming that both I and the Rabbit King are fully healed?
We haven't.
Not now, no,
we
because
haven't
if we're
debated that.
starting a full-on fight, then no one's healed. But if we can coordinate while I open the gourd, Ebby can heal you, and then we just wait to see what
That's
happens.
the question. Do I get
We're
full
banking on a lot. Are we gonna fight or are we gonna give him the gourd?
Because if we're fighting as a group, Lucy's fighting at maximum 12 health points instead of 32. If it's one-on-one, it's 32 versus whatever he has plus his evasiveness.
And I don't like those odds though.
I don't
He's
either.
fully healed. So fight.
I'm waiting here.
Patience is
So are
virtue,
we.
and I know about virtues.
I'm gonna walk up to Lucifer and just kind of pat him on the shoulder, do cure wounds on him. And that's 7 points of healing. And be like, I just think we gotta fight.
All right.
And as you go over and sort of pat him on the back and that radiant sheen kind of comes off, you see a Harengon just clock that and then walk over to Longscarf and
Mhm.
hand them a healing potion,
Mhm.
and they drink it.
Moss, you wanna have any health points to?
Yeah, I can do that.
How much your health at right now after she's done?
Right now I'm at 13.
Am I able to do a
after
sleight of
Quincy.
hand check to see if I can do it at the same time as Quincy so that they don't give him 2 health potions?
It'll be at disadvantage because you've got 12 people looking at you currently.
Okay, so regardless, either that he gets a second potion or I go for it. So I'm going to
So
go for
before Moss, I currently have 13 health points.
You can still give them the potion if they want, but if you try and do it sneakily, it'll be a disadvantage to see if nobody notices it.
it. See, I don't want them to notice it because the way I'm interpreting this is that if we're public about healing him, then another potion is given. So I want to limit the number of potions Mr. Acorn, and I say his name wrong on purpose, is getting, and I want to maximize
So
Lucifer.
make your sleight of hand at disadvantage.
Sleight of hand.
Abby, do you have any other healing touches?
That's a
I
6.
definitely do.
Okay, so they see it.
Yeah, they see you giving the potion
Listen,
over.
team, I will go in this
to-
with you so that I'd rather fight full on with you guys than risk 2 items each.
How much health do you have, and how much what are you missing? What do you need to be filled?
Before Moss, I'm at 13.
Yeah, I got you. You get 10.
So now I'm at 23.
So as you sort of hand him that healing potion, you kind of are trying to do it like looking over somewhere, like you're staring at a bird or like focusing on a spot in the sky.
yeah.
What is that? And you're hanging it over one of them, like one of them goes up to Agdon and gives him another potion.
And we don't know how much that potion heals him, which regardless, as long as we're at full health, full send.
Are you at full health?
No, I'm currently at 23. I have a max of 32.
So if you guys wanted to use some of your healing spells or anything like that, you can do that as well.
I'm keeping one of my slots available.
I can always heal him more. I have abundance of healing. So I have to do a sleight of hand healing. Is that what it's called?
No, it's if you heal him,
no.
they're gonna heal Agdon more.
Yeah.
So
and
here's
that's-
the thing: if you're trying to do it sneakily, like you're like heal them, like basically their groupers like, oh, they're pumping him up, well, we're gonna pump up our guy as well. So if you're trying to do it like a bit sneakily, you don't want them to see like how much you're healing Lucy here. You could try to roll sleight of hand, but it'll be at disadvantage because so many people are kind of clocking you guys. It's a possibility, but it's
like,
not in
I
your
think-
favor. But you can
I will
always
fight
can certainly try.
I will
Is the
fight
phrase
with
that
just
I
my
was like-
shield and my rapier so that I'm at a 20 AC.
Okay, so I'll roll a d20 for the sleight of hand.
Disadvantage. So roll it twice and take the lower amount.
So if we can be tactical about this, with the spellcasters, I really liked Quincy's ability, if you have any, to mass affect the grouped Harengon together. And then since I'm more single-based attack, me and Lucifer can try and take on Longscarf and his
That's
ally.
if things go south. We're letting Lucifer fight.
Oh.
We're not fighting. We're not
Oh,
fighting.
I thought we were healing
You're
up.
fighting you're fighting Longscarf.
I thought we were healing.
We're
Mia,
not going full on. We're too weak. to do
unleashing
full.
the gold and then trying to still haggle with the gold
No, I think you should fight him.
to risk 2 items from everyone.
I think you should fight him.
If he wants my underwear, he can have it.
Whatever you guys choose to do, I'll follow along what you guys choose to do, but I think our best option is to let Lucy fight him.
Is it to the death?
Didn't say. Didn't say it was to the death. Just said we're gonna fight. Loser, whoever loses this happens. Whoever loses this happens.
Okay. Right. So I just
I
need
think
to
we have a
remember
better chance as a group. If that is the total of their army out there, the only issue is every single time they do a flurry of slingshots or arrows or crossbows from out of range, that's hitting us.
I'm gonna trust this guy's word. He's a mess, but he at least has a little bit of honor about him.
All
so.
right. As long as there's no mud to
We're
get
up here
stuck
on
in.
the stump. He called a ceasefire, and we wouldn't be up here without a ceasefire. So
Let's do the thing then.
Abby, can you heal him back up to full?
Yeah. Do you guys want me to do it at disadvantage or no?
It's up to you.
It depends. Like if you're healing him, it's just like like Agdon can't heal above what he,
Right.
you know what I mean. It's like you might as well just heal him to full at this point.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll just do that. I'll just do a level 2.
Okay.
He needs 10. You need how much to get full?
I needed 9 because I was at 13.
Oh.
32 is my max.
If you're at 9, then I'll do a single one. That's fine. You're healed for 7.
Okay. So I'm at 30 even then.
Now, I have a question about a touch spell. If I use guidance on him, I don't have to be constantly holding him, right? It's just I cast it on him, then he has it, then he can use it as he wants. Is that right?
So guidance, yeah, but it's only for skill checks. It's not anything to do with battle.
Okay, so it's an ability, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah, so ability checks would be like strength check, things like that. Doesn't have anything to do with like saving throws or things like that. Like make a strength check, guidance kind of thing.
Okay.
Can I give...
But you could tap him anyways, just to be like guidance. But I think it lasts like a little bit. Yeah. So in a fight round, that'll last quite a while. But yeah.
Okay. No worries then. No worries.
Okay. Have we made a decision?
I think
Abby's-
so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Having discussed what your next plans of actions are going to be, you slowly see members of the Harengon gang come up to Agdon, kind of bandage him up from various scars and piercing and slicing from all your weapons. Bandages going over the hands, some salves going over, 3rd-degree burns, the flamethrower. Drink a couple health potions. You just see like Agdon doing stretches. Are we ready over there?
You ready, Lucy?
I'm at 30. Anyone got an extra 2?
I think you got this.
Fantastic. Lucifer cracks his neck a few times, does a standing backflip just for shits and giggles, says, yep, why the hell not? Giggles at himself. Why the hell not?
Right. As the Harengon gang slowly make their way over to the edge of the stump here. Trying to give you guys sort of full range to use the space here how you'd like. Actually, it's going to go about there. So a little crowd is kind of forming in the inner circle here. Where's your party going to be standing during this?
I want somewhere in case we need to escape.
I want to be somewhere where I can watch it. So if we came up the left side, like that's where I'm assuming that's where the rope ladder was, would be where Lucy is like on the opposite side of the stump. So either way, I don't think it's just going to be hairy to get out anyway.
I want to be by this tent right here.
Team, I just shared my D&D Beyond sheet in case anyone wants to look at it. Just remember the HP is 13, not 28.
Okay. And Quince, you're going to stand right behind Lucy?
I'll be right here.
Okay. Abby?
Trying to decide where I want him. Let's have Abby perched on the tent.
Okay.
You got this, Lucy.
As Lucy, as you kind of make your way over to the center of the stump area here, some of the Harengon kind of go up towards the various tents and sleeping places where they sleep and start to move them around, making more space for the area to take place.
Abby moves with it.
I mean, he was sitting on it.
Moves the wooden throne over as Agdon moves over to the center, edges you to move forward, placing you right there, staring each other down. Puts his hand out. One of the Harengon gang gives him his burning brand as you start to see the end sizzle and smoke red hot, with the insignia on the end signifying a triangle of 3 rabbit-like images connecting all together. Has the shield out in the forearm. Are you ready there, friend?
Yusuf pulls out his rapier, just one very quick little flare, has his shield on him. He's ready to go. Thank you, Jackie.
Sound the bagpipes!
No
Not
sound.
the bagpipes.
Damn it.
As you start to hear music emanate from either side, you see a few of the Harengon start to play their bagpipes. One of them just shouts out, "Fight!" And I need you to roll initiative. Lucy?
Gross. Initiative. 7.
Okay.
Initiative is, hang on. It's not a saving throw, right?
No.
It should stay on your sheet. Should initiative? It should
plus
be on the
1.
top.
No, still 7.
Okay. The minute one of the Harengon says, "Fight!" Agdon leaps directly in front of you with that brand and goes in for a strike once more. Gonna make 2 attacks.
Okay.
Okay. The first one, it's gonna be a 17.
Misses.
Second one is a 27.
Definitely hits.
Sorry, 26.
Still hits.
Okay.
Darn.
Got him.
So close.
You take 14 points of fire damage.
Oh.
Hang on. Here's a question. Lucifer has resistance,
Tiefling.
has defense to fire, resistance to fire.
Resistance to fire, so that means you would take half that damage.
So 7.
That's good.
Mhm. So, as you get hit with the brand, sort of goes in for the giant, jumps off with a giant stabbing motion. You defend it with your rapier, but as soon as he blocks and the brand gets deflected, he spins it around and goes in for a slash. The searing mark hits against your chest, but doesn't hurt you quite as much as it would be to someone like Evie or Moss. The singe is powerful, but it subsides a little bit with your background and your affinity for very hot things.
That's why
But as
he
soon
loses
as
the
that-
fight.
But as soon as that searing pain hits you, your vision begins to blur. The
Oh.
searing white hotness of it disturbs you for a minute and kind of puts you off balance. And you're trying to see Agdon, but he's not there. The rest of you see Agdon. But Lucifer, you cannot see Agdon Longscarf after getting hit with the brand. To you, he is invisible. You do have a reaction, though.
Can my team see that I clearly cannot see this creature?
But as soon as you take damage, you're able to use your reaction to hit them back
Okay. Here's the question, though.
with your hellish rebuke.
Fantastic. Let's do Hellish Rebuke then.
Okay.
Set this man ablaze.
So I'm gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Let me see what that is. Okay.
Okay. So what was the I got a let me see here. 21.
So you saved. So half.
Okay. And unfortunately, Agdon has evasion. Subjected to an effect that would allow him to make a dexterity saving throw to only take half damage. He instead takes no damage.
Abby starts pulling off his underwear.
Don't like that. So if he hadn't gotten the save, he still would have taken half damage regardless because of his evasion.
So here's the thing: if he succeeds on a saving throw, instead of taking half damage, he takes no damage.
If he didn't save, would he take full damage or only half?
Only half if he fails. So basically, if he fails, he takes half damage already, and if he succeeds, he takes no damage.
I'm just glad Lucifer doesn't have any important items, so.
But so you go, use your hellish rebuke, but he's nowhere in sight. He is, on all intents and purposes, Lucy, he's disappeared from your sight. The rest of the Harengon gang, Quincy, Ebby, and Moss can see Longscarf, but you cannot see him.
Ask for help.
Mike, the question is.
Almost like someone put pockets on your eyes. You're like,
Here's the thing. He just said the strongest two fight. There was no rules of no charms or spells or curses or. And if there's no chance of there being like.
There's no way you're gonna change rules now. You just gotta.
Right. To me, to be able to say I can't see this man, is that like a cheat code?
who's to say? The choice
But
is
anyways, I'll take the chance.
Take the chance to what?
I'll just say it. He's right in front of you by 5 feet.
Just do what your character would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
What gotta play it out.
Oh,
You have
that's
to
right.
take the chances,
The
right?
game is all about choices, and it's all about going with your gut and follow what your character would do.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Don't worry about what's the right choice, the wrong choice. You just go with your gut and what's best for your story.
That's right.
Ah, fantastic.
No regrets.
So Lucifer remembers the times when his father would train him against all the different soldiers and everything else, and there was a point that he had trained with a blindfold on, knowing good and well that this Harengon is very fast, might not be very helpful, but he goes with that gut instinct, and tries to have a listen to where the Harengon's footsteps are after the attack across the chest, and after he tried the Hellish Rebuke and missed. And so he is going to take a very wide arcing, it's not like a stab per se, but it's going to be a wide arcing sweep as he lunges forward, but keeping his shield up. So as soon as he swings, if he feels that he has missed and not hit anything, his shield is up. So he's going to go with a rapier attack.
So you're standing where you are. You're gonna try to go for an attack.
He's going to lunge about. He's gonna make a lunge about 10 feet. So if he's somewhere, hopefully in that 10 feet area,
Okay.
he would hit him. If he's even there.
So roll to attack.
Fantastic. So to hit is a 14.
14. With Lucy kind of looking very distraught from getting branded from the branding stick, from the staff, this item that Agdon has sliced through his along his armor, along his chest. You just see him kind of disoriented and looking around, and it's a bit odd. Like, you're all kind of worried for a minute. He doesn't appear to be saying anything, but his pride is kind of involved here, so he's kind of swallowing it and just. And the rest of you see Agdon move over here. Sort of 20 feet in an arc over there, and you just see Lucifer just striking wildly ahead, nowhere near Agdon.
Abby, it's an Abby moment. Abby's like, Lucifer, what are you doing? He's nowhere near you.
Lucifer shouts back very angrily, I can't see him. I see everything else but him.
He's like that far away. I can't do math right now.
Lucifer turns very angrily over to Ebby and is like, you remember when Quincy was invisible? That's what's happening right now. And then looks back to try to spot out where it is.
And you see Agdon just swinging around this branding stick, just.
Okay, well, like if it helps, he is 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought you wanted to see strongest versus strongest. You taking away my sight doesn't really make it even, now does it? Pansy.
Fair in love and war there, bighorns. This is just a little bit of payback for what happened earlier.
Are you
keep
not-
the voice
That was a fair
coming
fight.
out through there.
Abby rolls his eyes like, man, someone's butt hurt. And then
That was a fair fight. If you would consider 4 versus 15 a fair fight.
If you fight fair, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh,
Really?
Abby gets an idea and just hops over and starts walking towards Moss and
All of the Harengon look over to all of you and put their paws out, and they're like, this was the deal.
Well, what did your leader just
a very
say?
fair one now, is it?
and so he stops here when they say that then.
It was a fair. I challenged one of you to a fight. You didn't put you put no stipulations. You didn't say what could be involved. It is simply me versus your man here. Let it
Okay.
play out. Let it
Let it-
play out.
Let it play.
Very
So that was your strike.
That was my strike. I'm gonna save my, because I have bonus actions and things, but if I can't see them, it's not worth using. So Lucifer just bears down into a little bit more defensive mode and trying to just feel out where this creature is when he attacks. He's just ready with his shield.
So if you use your action to strike, your bonus actions you have are Hellish Rebuke and 2-weapon fighting. So you could drop your shield down and hearing from where Agdon is, you could try to throw your axe at disadvantage at him.
But then I lose one of them.
If you wanted to. You wouldn't lose it, it would fall, like you're able to pick it back up.
No, sure, but...
If you want. I'm just giving you options.
All right, sure. No, yeah, let's... The issue is though, is if I throw one of the axes, am I not...
Your AC will drop.
Right, so no, Lucifer's gonna bog down and stay in his consistent, which is defend and react.
All right. So as you do that, Agdon's just kind of hopping on 2 legs, kind of Bruce Lee style, putting the brand back and forth. The rest of you kind of have those conversations. All right then. And it's just like toying with Lucy at this point as they just boom, go up for another big, huge leap, go for another strike. And as soon as Agdon goes in for the attack, he becomes visible to you once more. So he's gonna go
but
for
it's
2
his
attacks.
turn, so I can't.
That's correct. So you do remember, you do have the ability to hold an action as well, pertaining to certain circumstances.
Okay.
So you can, instead of doing an action to attack or things like that, you could say, hold your action to hit him when he's just about to come and hit you, setting off that. It requires a reaction though, so it's kind of like setting up your turn to be able to do that within a round. So it's like, he goes, you go, you could use your reaction for that round, and then when he goes again, your reaction slot comes back. So you could try to like hold your action for like, you know, when he attacks me, I'm going to hold my action to when he gets me, I want to grapple him, like grab him, stuff like that. That's also allowed. All right, so I'm going to go for the 2 attacks with the brand. Oh. First one is a 13.
Misses.
And the second one, 19.
Misses.
Both miss. What is your passive perception?
I dare some other
11.
involved.
11.
Honestly.
What items do you have on you currently, Lucy?
I have chainmail, I have traveler's clothes, I have my 2 hand axes, my rapier, my shield, I have bedroll, mess kit, rations, rope, tinderbox, torch, water skin.
Do you have the vial of red goo that presses against the glass?
Yes.
Agdon appears out of the nothingness, but you just take a minute, remember your training from all those tireless nights, weeks, and months from your father sitting upon the throne in the shadow, and you just quiet your senses, and you just feel this slight gust of wind come across your face and across your skin as the hairs on your very skin stand up, and you just block instantly as he comes out of nowhere. Repel. Agdon gets slid back on the on top of the stump. Oh, very good, my friend. Doesn't look like you rely on sight that much anyway, do ya? But I got to ask you a question. What does this do? And he's holding the red vial of the goo.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Give it a shot. Let us know.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. And it is your go. So he is currently visible because in the invisible condition, if that person gets hit or attacks, they break out of invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So for the meantime, Agdon is
visible.
visible.
So
Mess him
keeping the
up.
rapier, Lucifer launches back an attack after blocking the 2, after the little back and forth of chat, and goes for a very heavy slice from top right to bottom left. And if it were to slice through him, go through his collarbone, through his hip, hypothetically.
All right.
Just giving you
Make your
direction of what the attack is. He's very much prepared to use backup actions.
Dice the meat, Lucy.
Good. Okay, so so a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
1d8. I'm just gonna roll this here. Fantastic. So a 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay.
Yeah, Lucy. Fuck him up.
First points of damage. Okay.
And because I can see him right now, I want to use.
So that was your first strike with the rapier. Got him there.
Mm-hmm. But you said the 2-weapon fighting can't be like a blunt hit with the shield.
Nah, unfortunately it can't.
Now here's a question: the unarmed strike, that is also a main attack, not a bonus action.
Correct. So the 2-weapon fighting this dictates that if you have a second hand free, meaning dropping the shield.
I have a action surge.
That's correct. So that allows you to have you basically can take 2 turns in one go.
Okay.
So you could attack or do a bonus action and then do action surge and attack and do bonus action again. So technically, if you wanted to, you could hit with the rapier, drop the shield, 2-weapon fighting, pick up your axe, hit him. So you have a rapier and axe in both your hands, action surge, hit him with the rapier, hit him with the hand axe again. Your AC will be lowered for Agdon's turn, but you have a possible 3 extra hits that you could get on him.
Let's do it.
All right. Roll. Use your action surge and make 3 attack rolls. This will be 2 with the hand axe and 1 with the rapier.
D20. Natural 20. Plus 5. 25.
Let's go.
That was with the axe?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So natural 20 crit hit. So you're gonna roll your damage and double it.
Okay. I'm gonna use D&D Online for this. An axe. Okay, it's a 7.
So it's 7. So that would be 14 points of damage that you just did with the axe.
Nice.
Good.
Fantastic.
Nice. That's good.
He is, however, gonna use his reaction for
evasion.
uncanny dodge to take that attack half. So
Okay,
that'll
so
be a
7.
7.
Sure.
That's fine. I hope someone's
Okay.
taking notes because I'm focused on this fight now. I'm no longer taking my own notes.
All right, so roll your attack. Use action surge to stay in the game. Roll an attack with the rapier. So what was the first of that hit?
For the rapier again.
Yeah.
So the rapier was a 9 plus 5, so that's a 14.
That'll miss, unfortunately. What about the axe?
The axe was a 17 plus. The axe is a 5, so that is a 23 to hit on the axe.
The axe will also hit. Roll damage.
I'm gonna roll damage online. Oh, wrong one. 11.
Nice.
11 points of damage with the axe.
Yeah.
It was a D6 plus 5.
Ooh, let's go.
So, this is what happens.
Oh.
You clock that Agdon is not playing fair, tricking you into a circumstance that is meant to overwhelm you. It's the magical branding iron that when he hits you, he turns invisible. You thought it'd be a fair fight. It's not. Stabs you, hits you. Vision goes blurry. He suddenly disappears. You strike wildly, not calling out to your friends at all. You hear the words of your father echoing back at you from all those months and years of training deep in the bowels of Avernus. You remember all those times that you won, but each single time, 1 out of 15 that you fell. You feel the presence of your father looking down at you. No son of mine would ever fail. Those familiar sounds of those heavy set hooves hitting the stone brimstone and ground up canvas. Those feelings start to come back. And that rage that you've been quelling and putting off to the side all this time starts flowing back. As you take a moment to take that deep breath in, you feel like gusts of wind come through you, the hairs on your skin stand up, Agdon coming out of nowhere. Just instinctively, ping, 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 push him back. Oh, you've got a little bit of fight in you. It looks like you don't need to see it all. But what the fuck is this thing? And he's teasing you even more. You feel that presence from your father. No son of mine. Your breathing starts to feel jagged. This heat, intense heat, quells within you. The horns on your head start to turn and spin and grow a little bit larger. You see the irises in your eyes start to become this glistening yellowy color as this aura starts to come across your body. This sort of yellowish, dark red hue, this outline starts to vibrate all around you. And the rest of you just see Lucy from this like poised sort of not a dancer like sort of movement, but more agile, more acrobatic, suddenly just snaps the neck a bit, takes a rapier, throws in the air, grabs it so the blade is now level with his forearm, drops the shield as the rest of you are like, what the fuck are you doing? Takes off his hand axe, gets a ready stance, and boom, just rockets towards Agdon. The force of his propelling himself just blows a few items away, and for the tents flap in the wind. Ping, 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 ping. Slash with the rapier across the belly. Tries to block, but your slash also repels this branding stick in the stance that you took that leaves him wide open, and you take that axe and you flip that so the axe isn't held up like this. You flip it so the axe, the blunt of the axe is facing him, and you just crack, and you hit him right in the side of the temple, and you feel a crack go into his bone, and you just feel him go, and he steps back from the sheer bluntness of the axe. As you put it back up, you throw the axe back up so the edge is pointing forward. Just going blow after blow, and Agdon is trying to repel, but he can't. You slice him right in the rabbit foot. Bam! Yeah! Falls over and is in screaming agony. You start to see this enormous bruise welt on the side. You see blood pour down from the corner of his face. You fucked him up.
Let's go,
Lucy!
And you stand tall as the rest of you just see this reddish orange aura sort of appear around Lucy, and you see the twisting of the horn suddenly grow a little bit larger as Lucy's just towering over him. You see pigments of the skin, his red skin, get even more darker, more maroon. Is that all you want to do, Lucy?
Anything else you can do?
I don't think so. You use action and bonus action both times. Your action surge, so you're pretty much tapped out.
But
But Agdon is fucked.
there's nothing else I can do.
Give up yet?
Lucifer's not saying anything to this creature anymore. He's just staring,
I think
ready for either a further fight or to finish it.
Okay.
Or
Let me
instead,
just-
Lucifer shouts down, "Do you yield?"
Roll an intimidation check at advantage.
Keeps falling off my desk. 12 plus 6 is 18.
It's 18. What was your roll?
It was 18 altogether.
what was it?
The 6.
6. Looks up at you, staring in your eyes, pointing the rapier down, your eyes beaming red. I yield! I yield! He was at 5 hit points, by the way. And as you stare down, Agdon Longscarf, your blade pointed at his throat, his orbital bone probably smashed at this point, trembling in fear over the towering devil that's over him currently. Do you let him live, or do you strike him dead where he lay?
Abby says Lucy's name softly and nothing else.
Abby, what'd
Moss
you say?
follows by saying kill.
Abby just says your name, but softly.
Mm.
You hear the soft voice from the side. Lucy.
Lucifer glances over to Quincy after hearing the two inputs.
You decide.
Lucy looks around at all the other Harengon, stares them each in a moment for a second in their eyes. What kind of messages is Lucy getting from the rest of the clan? Are they?
What are the gang doing? They're in
Mhm.
shock. They're in utter shock and, quite frankly, kind of terrified. They look confused and they're not really sure what to do.
Your new leader.
This is a terrible Lucifer versus Jennings moment.
It's up to you. You're standing there, all these thoughts going through your head, the tip of your rapier touching the hairy chin of Agdon.
Abby takes a step forward.
Okay.
What do you think, Wickus Bunkus?
Here,
What do you not do, Wickus Bunkus? That's what Moss is in this situation.
Abby, you take a step forward.
Yeah.
I imagine there's no way with this current rage mode that Lucifer's in that he has enough strength to tear that scarf off of him. I assume that spell is strong enough to.
I mean, you could certainly try, but Agdon, he said like he's tried so many times and it's like it's a curse. It can't be taken off of them.
Then I will bring his severed head to Jingle Jangle because I promised them the scarf.
We always give the scarf later after we get Zabellan to remove it.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay, Lucifer looks down at this creature who's already once today been healed back from, clearly, now that we know what his health was like, second 2 times healed back from almost death. Thinks about all the things that he's done, all the years that he's been around and has been tormenting. I think of Ebby, I think of Quincy, I think of Moss, and the good that we've run into, and the fact that they have just wanted to traverse these lands without fear, without stress, without tension or worry from their own lives, and think about how many of them he has scared, has stolen things from, has stolen dreams and memories from. And with the rage and the memory of his father echoing in his mind, he realizes for this one individual Harengon, there is no turning around except for absolute judgment, and takes his rapier and stabs it straight through his chest.
Ah! So there's tension, there is silence for a moment, and then you just see Ebby shout out, "Lucy." Takes a step forward. Lucy turns around to Ebby, locks eyes, looks down at Agdon, and just pushes that blade right through the Harengong's clavicle. Pushes it further. And lets go of the rapier. It sticks into the stump underneath Agdon. As you turn around,
Lucifer
the utter
turns.
shock.
I was gonna say Lucifer turns and Laya looks Ebby in the eyes as his glow fades, as his horns return to normal, and says, he had multiple chances and shared that he never one time tried to be better. The others will learn from this. And he takes his rapier, walks up to Ebby, and doesn't try to put a hand on his shoulder or anything. He just says, "I'm sorry that it didn't go the way that you wanted." And walks past Ebby. And as he passes Ebby, he turns back one time to all the other Harengon and says, "Learn from this. You all can be better and bring this land back to what it once was, and live in it in the way that you want to, without terrorizing people, without terrorizing others, without terrorizing yourselves." And then he walks off because he's got some internal frustrations.
And then Ebby.
Abby stifles a lot of his emotion in that moment, and just sighs and just stares at the ground, not looking at Lucifer.
Can
I wanna-
Moss offer Lucifer Fluffy? Because she saw that he was like super passionate during that fight, and she wants to comfort him.
As Lucy takes his stance with his friends, the Harengon looking over, and Moss handing you a ball of yarn. That's where we're going to end the stream, everybody. Oh, man. That was a roller coaster of emotions. Well, this has been Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
That decision was...
Moss woke up and chose violence.
Fun-loving Feywild adventure. Wow, that was awesome, everybody. Good job. That was really, really good. Congrats. That was great storytelling. That could have gone a lot of different ways. And that, honestly, was not meant to go in your favor because he's a tricksy bastard. But way to go. Way to go. Prevailed.
Good job, Lucifer. Good job.
Yes, good job. You all were in a very difficult point of this story, and had to make a decision, and you rolled the dice, and the dice were in your favor. You got out of this event. We'll have to see what happens with that. Not next not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that.
25th.
That's
Yes.
correct. So on the 25th, we are back, everybody, for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thank you to these awesome creators and players for joining me once again. You guys are amazing. Cannot wait to tell more of this story within the weeks to come. Join us next week here on the Dicecream channel, which we've got Beyond the Realms. My homebrew campaign has been going on for almost 2 years now. It's in its final arc. The end is coming. So check that out Mondays at 5 p.m. PST. And also next Tuesday, a week from today, we've got our amazing all bards D&D one-shot called A Bard Out of Hell that is actually sponsored by D&D in a Castle. And those players are going to be Shays Aiden, Quincy's Tavern, Jackie Elena Chan, as well as Kurt Wise, Jeremy Cobb, and Nur D, N-U-R-D, who is an awesome hip-hop artist who performed at Gen Con last year, who's going to be in that as well. So looking forward to that fucking nonsense.
Oh God.
But it's going to be amazing. So thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We really do appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.